Sportsman. Yeah, you in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, they got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny, news and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in, a lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man, you in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man, you in the mix. You in the mix, sports mix. You in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, they got plenty. You in the mix, man, you in the mix. You in the mix, sports mix. You in the mix, you rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, they got plenty.
Sports Mix, Big Kenny in the building. Tuesday night, y'all know how we do it every Tuesday. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, not TikTok, YouTube this week. We live. Got a special guest, Greg, join us in a few, just a little housekeeping. We're going to have about 3, maybe 4 more episodes before we take a break for the summer. We've been grinding pretty much since football season. Every Tuesday, might have had a week off here and there, but we've been going hard the last 6, 7, 8 months. So it's about time for a break. So we're gonna go another couple weeks, get a little break in, and to get refined, retuned for the football season coming up. Ravens, making some moves. Bring my man up, my sidekick. What's up, brother?
Can you hear me, Kenny?
Hear you loud and clear. What's going on?
Can you can't hear
me? You can't hear me though. I can hear you, but you can't hear me. But we here. You might have to go out and come back. But we're gonna get it going. So I got my special guest, Greg, join me. Let me get my man get his audio straight. Hope my guy got his audio together. You know what I'm saying? So before we bring him up, my guy said he was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, lived in Mississippi for a little while, came here to Baltimore at 7 years old. In 1979, he gives credit to a coach named Buddy Norris, who taught him the game of basketball. Let me bring my guy up. You got me, Dean?
Yeah, I'm good. You hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my guy, our special guest, went to Woodlawn High School. That's where I got to know him. We played against each other in high school couple years. He was a 2-sport star there at Woodlawn. Took his talents to the University of Maryland, where he played basketball for 4 years there. Was the number 30, the 31st overall draft pick to the Sacramento Kings in 1993. Played 8 years overseas and in the NBA. Retired at the age of 30. Of course, he played in the NBA. He's played in Spain, Italy, Greece, Poland, Uruguay, Argentina, Turkey. Played for USA Basketball, where he won a gold medal. Was a CBA champion. Played in France, Bolivia, and Australia. My guy right now is a youth advocate, or youth advisor, husband, father of 2, grandfather of 2. Grandfather, wow. It's crazy. Well, right now, I'm gonna let him talk about the last part, but he, giving his life to Christ and passionate about his walk with Christ and his work in the church. Special guest, Woodlawn's finest, University of Maryland basketball legend, my guy Everett Burns. What's up, my brother? Uh-oh.
Got some technical difficulties.
Can you hear me?
Evers.
Let me pull him out. We gotta get that sound right.
Yeah.
Get that sound right. Let me see. Let me text him. Just let him know. Get him right. But we gonna get this thing right. This is part of it's part of the business.
Yeah, that's the way it go these days.
Part of the business.
Technology.
Let me see. So before we get it going, you remember Evers down at Maryland, Dean?
I do. Yeah, I remember him coming in. I remember, Maryland recruiting him and him making that decision to come to College Park to play ball. It's always a good thing when the local university can keep the people in house. That from the area, and that was a good thing.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. So you might have to log out and log back in. Let me see.
But he can't hear us, right?
Right. I'm gonna text him now. Yes, hopefully that'll work. This technology a mofo.
Oh yeah.
This technology a mofo, man.
Yeah, and a lot of times, it could be something very simple. But,
Yeah.
You don't know what it is. It ain't simple.
Yeah. Well, that part.
Right.
That part. Yeah, but yeah, man, I remember Bob Wade recruited him down there to Maryland.
Okay. Now I forgot that piece.
He was a Wade recruit.
Yeah, I forgot that piece.
And I definitely want to ask him about that.
Oh yeah, no question.
The decision to stay. Even after Coach Wade was let go and all that, man.
He's down there with Walt Williams in there.
Yeah, he and that was an interesting time to be at College Park.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
No NCAAs and no postseason and no TV.
Right.
A tough time, man. But them guys, they made it work.
Yeah.
They made it work. And we gonna make this work.
Yeah, we getting there.
We're gonna make this work. This gonna be epic.
A little bit of patience.
Yeah, I'm real patient. I'm real patient.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. We gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. Let me see. Can you hear us?
I got you now.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Woodlawn's finest in the building.
What's
God.
up?
And you missed that great introduction I gave you.
I'm sure you said it like I wrote it.
Oh man. Man, welcome to the Sports Mix, my bro.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Pleasure having you. As I said earlier, we met back in high school.
Right.
We got to play against each other in high school. And I remember not only were you a good basketball player, but you were a pretty good football player too.
Yeah, man. I was actually a better football player than basketball player.
Yeah, I remember reading the articles and looking at some of the schools that were coming after you.
Yeah.
Well, let's before we go there, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
So you were not born here in Baltimore. You was born in Mississippi.
No, I was born in Pittsburgh.
Born in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why my brother's still Steeler fans now. So, but I moved to Mississippi when I was maybe 6 months old. So I was a youngin'. So okay. I don't remember Pittsburgh, but I remember Mississippi, and that's where I kind of fell in love with the game, man.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So Mississippi, and you came here at 7 years old.
Came here at 7 years old, man. Let me tell you, when I was in Mississippi, man. A quick story. I wanted to shoot some baskets, and we were in a rural area, we're from the country, man, and so we had the dirt, the dirt court with the makeshift backboard and the bicycle rim for a rim. So, and I shot out. I must have been 5 or 6 years old. I went out there. I shot like 49 out of 50, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Now I went back out an hour later and shot 1 for 50, but still, I love it there.
but that's all it took.
That's all it took, man.
Fell in love right away.
Fell in love right away, and I moved up here, man, when I was 7, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So you get to Baltimore. So did you move right into that Woodlawn area?
Yeah, man. We were Canfield. You familiar with Canfield? Yeah, that's home, man. That's man, and nothing but love for Canfield, man. And a guy by the name of Buddy Norris and my fellow Canfielders, they'll vouch for this. Buddy Norris was the one who taught me the game, how to play.
Okay.
And I if it wasn't for him, there's no way I would have made it where I am, because he gave me the intricacies of the game, like the giving goals, and oh, this is at 8, and I'm like a sponge. So
was he at like the rec center?
he was at the rec center. Yeah, he was at the rec center. He was a coordinator at the rec center, and he had a basketball skills camp, man. And I took it at 8 years old and changed my life, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So at 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
so this is late 70s, early 80s.
Exactly.
Who are you looking at as far as basketball players, like the kind of, I want to be like this, or I want to?
Well, it wasn't even a comp. It was about me just getting better. Like when I was 9 years old, I played in my first game, man. I was horrible, bro. Like I caught the ball, turned around, shot it. I don't even know if it was our basket or not.
Mm-hmm.
But that same day, this is a vision of a father, man. My dad went out and got me a goal, and man, I played on that goal, man, for at least 18 hours a day, man. Like I would stick my dad's keys out of the car and back it up so I can shoot. Waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning. So yeah. But but by 10, that's when it started to come together. Yeah.
You big guy, so were you always like the taller guy in the class and all that stuff in your age group?
Always, yeah. I was the big youngin, man.
Yeah.
How was that? I wonder how was that, as far as being the tallest in the class, and how you deal with that from a mental aspect?
Well, let me say this. When I was in middle school, we had a kid 6'5" in middle school, and he was the tallest, and it was just like, I always wanted to play against him, because I knew, I was like, I always wanted to play above my competition. That's what I try to tell these youngins today. You get better by playing people who are better than you, and so I wasn't always the tallest, but I was always one of the biggest kids, Yeah.
So when did you pick up football?
I always loved football. I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and they loved the Steelers. And at that time, I was just impressionable, so I loved them too. But we played every day, tackle every day, And me being the smallest, I had to get tougher, And even with my cousins, I was the youngest, so and if I wanted to play, I got to make a play. So that's how I learned how to play, and it just carried on, because when I started playing with people my age, it was easy. Yeah.
So where did you play football?
I played, I played Pikesville 2 years. I was too heavy. They had to put the black tape on my legs. I couldn't run the ball, man. You know what I'm talking about. That's why you're laughing. But
I could never make weight. So
nah, right.
No, I never could make weight.
But so I would I just football just came easy. And then my oldest brother, he was a beast at it. That was my first and true, role model, because he was being recruited by different schools and all. And, I wanted to be like him. So, yeah, I just want to be the best football player I can be. And it carried over. Yeah.
Let's stick with football first.
Okay.
So your football career, like I said, I remember, reading the articles in some paper.
Right.
I remember, and you're going into your senior year, they talk about some of the schools that were coming after you.
Man, listen, I had my own mailbox in the office. That's how much mail I would get. Wow. I had college football coaches follow me from class to class, man. Mm-hmm. My senior year stats, though, I mean, I played tight end, and like my sophomore year, I was offensive tackle. But going into my junior year, I told my coach, I said, I want to play tight end. I don't want to play offensive tackle. And he said, well, come back in shape. And he said, you got to beat out the captain of the team. And that's what I did. So
Wow.
Tough.
yeah.
Tough.
And then my senior year, I mean, I had 29 catches, 12 touchdowns, over 700 yards. So
Wow.
Yeah,
that's tough. So for those that didn't see the articles I saw, name some of them schools that was coming after you back then.
Notre Dame, Miami. Jimmy Johnson actually called my school at the time. I mean, you name any big school, Florida State, all of them. As a matter of fact, I took a visit to Penn State. And true story, man. And it was me and the guy by the name of Richie Anderson. And
He's running back, right?
Yeah, the running back. Yep. Yeah. We came in together as freshmen on that recruiting visit. And Joe Paul called me into his office, Joe Paterno. Yeah. And he knew my name. And
wow.
He had me set right there. And I was like, if I play football. No, and this is what he said. He said, Evers and Richie. He said, listen, I don't plan on redshirting you. And I want you all to be able to start, but you got to work for it. And he's saying this as a senior in high school, and he's telling me that he has that faith in me. Yeah. I was like, man, if I play football, I'm going to Penn State.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm diehard Terp though. So
So
Terps trump everything. So
I just want people to understand, right? That we all of a certain age. So you're talking Notre Dame. That's Lou Holtz.
Right. Yes.
Lou Holtz Notre Dame when they was always in the top 10.
National championship. Yeah. Texas, Miami, UCLA, USC,
Jimmy
Hawaii.
Johnson at the U.
Jimmy Johnson was at the U. He was at the U. Yes, sir.
Bobby Bowden at Florida State.
Yes, sir.
I mean, these are legends.
Alabama, Mississippi State, West Virginia, man. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, so like I remember the, I was, back then, the Sun paper was it.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? You could read and know about anybody and everybody.
Exactly.
So that's how I kept up with a lot of the city guys.
Man, that prep section, man, I kept it up too, man. Yeah. That was our only outlet of knowing what people did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man. So, I definitely remember reading those articles and remember, you being recruited by some of those big schools. And again, for that time period, you're talking about the best of the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's clear the type of level you were on. And from your mouth to our ears, you said you were a better football player than basketball.
Yeah, by far. At talent wise, I was just so much better than in football than I was basketball. But my passion was basketball. Yeah.
So let's go back.
Okay.
So now we can get on that because basketball is what took you to further.
Yes, sir.
So all right, let's start like middle school age. So middle school age, is kind of where you start to separate yourself from the pack.
You're exactly right, man. My mom and my dad, God rest his soul, would always joke me when my middle school from 10 to 14. They were like, what part of Baltimore are you in now playing basketball? I would sneak off and play everywhere, man. I'll be on the east side playing. I'll be, down the junction playing. I'll be, I wanted the best bump, at that age. And I can, and the older kids around Canfield, Wingate and those guys used to come to our court out here, but I was too young. I couldn't play with them. So I just played BNBL, Project Survival, whatever, man. Because the best bump was in the city, and that's how I got better. Yeah.
Out there, outside way, they had the pro-am out there, right?
Yeah, we had the pro-am. Yep, we did. Yeah. We did. But we also, but we had the Madison down the dome, man, and the high school games down the dome was epic, and we would take, even getting into up to high school, man, we'll take our Woodlawn teams down there. But that's how we got to the states, because we took our teams down in the city to play. But
so did you ever play with any of them city teams coming up?
Nah, man. Look, let me tell you, man. Going into my 9th grade year, Bob Wade, I was trying to go to Dunbar. He took me to 5-star camp with his team and everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, a young Sam Cassell, Tashawn Tyson was a senior, but and I wanted to go to Dunbar so bad, man. I was like begging my dad every day, and then my dad just looked at me one day and said, "Man, if you're good enough, they're gonna find you."
Right.
And that was all he had to say, Yeah. So I just, but I bumped with him every chance I got, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I bumped with him even like youth games. I don't know, y'all remember youth games?
Yeah, I remember youth games.
Man, I wish they bring those back. That was some of the best games, man. 15 and under, man. That's where I really started to, come around and play with the dudes from the city, and we represent the city. Matter of fact, we were undefeated and we won it, my year. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So who was on those teams you played?
Booby James, not Booby James, Frank from Walbrook, Donnell from Walbrook, Scooter, Scooter Alexander, Tyreek Brown, that's my guy, that was my point guard, and Coleman Scott from out in Columbia.
I remember that name.
Yeah, Jake, who played at was it Cardinal Gibbons or Capitol Hall? Jake
Valley.
Yeah.
Jake Valley. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So that was our team. We played against Kenny Blakely. And my man Big Dave Creedle and those guys down in DC. Played against. Matter of fact, a football player was playing who made it to the NFL. Show played in Chicago, big boy.
Okay.
6'6", yeah. But I wanted that bump, man. I just whatever the bump was the best. Like I wanted it, Like I would go up and play against a guy in the neighborhood block, Aaron Barnett. He's actually running for city council right now. But Block used to beat me up, but I needed that, And so,
he got family from out our way.
Yeah, exactly.
Family from out our way. Yep.
Yeah. But Block used to beat me up, but Block knew what it was going to take, even if I didn't, Yeah.
All right, so you get the Woodlawn High.
So look, my dad is academia, man. He was in academia, and my first quarter of Woodlawn, I got an E messing around in class, not doing the work. The work was easy, but I was just being lazy, Yeah. And my dad got my report card and sat me down in the living room and said, "Son, look, we ain't raising no dummies in this house." He said, "You can't play basketball this year." Man, that was the hardest punishment I ever had to take in my life, man.
Wow.
Like, we old school, we take the beating and all that, but to take my love away from me, man.
Don't take that ball.
But it woke me up, though. It woke me up. It woke me up. And then by the second quarter, by end of the second quarter, people fell off the team and stuff, and I turned that E into a B. Then my dad said he talked to the coach, man, and let me play like the last 7 games. So after that, I just went. I'm running with it.
And I didn't play in 9th grade. I didn't start playing basketball until I was in 9th grade.
Wow.
But I played rec basketball the first year.
Did you play Liberty Road?
I don't think we played them.
Okay.
But we were on the whole other side of the county, so
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so, I don't remember seeing them.
Yeah.
But I played in 10th grade. I had a similar story to you. The first quarter, when the grades came out for basketball, I wasn't eligible.
Right.
So I had to sit out.
Right.
And I got it together. I played the second half. I think I played like 8 games.
Exactly.
My 10th grade year, like the last 8 games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, in 10th grade, which I wasn't there, but do you remember the game at Dunbar?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You remember the big melee?
Yes, I do. Look, I remember because the varsity was playing and we went at halftime. And I had a lambskin coat on.
Okay, I remember that.
And the dude was like, we on a stick up tip, and I'm like, man, let me go back in this gym. So we go back in the gym, you know, and my boys, man, look, we Woodlawn, man. We wild west, man. My boy Newell went up there, man. It's like, man, bump that. He just went up and squared on him, man. But then dude pulled out tool, man, and we just almost scattered.
Wow.
This 10th grade, brother.
Now, because I was ineligible, I couldn't even come to the games or nothing.
Right.
Wow. I was working. I was working with my grandfather. My grandfather had a business. I was at work that day.
Wow.
And I heard about it when I got back to school next day. I heard about the big fight up there. I was like, wow.
You know, and you remember Flint Waddell, right?
Yeah, he's from Turner. We grew up with Flint.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Flint said, man, look, I told them don't go out there. But look, man, I love my Woodlawn family, man. I love Noel, man. I like that because that squad was a growing up phase for me. You know, you got to be tough. You know, yeah.
Now I remember playing y'all in 11th and 12th grade.
Right.
But now you in 12th grade, it was you. You know, you were the big guy.
Right.
I think Jerry Dixon wasn't quite
Jerry Dixon.
He was probably the next tallest guy.
Yeah.
But when
we had Sky Hayden. Sky Hayden was about 6'5", and Jerry was about 6'4". But
now me and you the same class, 89. So in 88, man, y'all had Hank was about 6'5". You had Miles was about 6'5".
Yeah.
That was big across the front.
Yeah.
Y'all was solid across the front, man. And when y'all top team was solid all the way around. Now, how far did y'all go in 88?
Man, look, man, we lost at home against Seneca Valley, 44-43, man. Yeah, and that was my junior year, and that was the team that everybody thought we was going to go to the States with. You know, and but that game, man, that last second, man, you know, that game still haunts me to this day, man. I think about it. Yeah. So, you know, but you know, I knew my time was coming, and I knew that was Eric Miles' time. I knew that was Mike Handy's time, and you know, Noel Davis broke his hand, and he missed most of his senior year, but he was on the heater though. I mean,
he was left-handed, right?
Yeah, lefty.
I remember him.
Yeah, he was on the heater. Like he was averaging, like we beat Cardinal Gibbons. You know, we were on the heater, man. And he, when he broke his hand, man, he was averaging like 23, 22, and so we had to kind of make up them points, man. You know, it was easy in the county, but you know, you get outside the county, you know, you got to take that to another level.
Yeah, I definitely remember him.
Yeah.
What was the little guard y'all had? Little quick.
Kim Hall.
Yeah.
Kim Hall. Yeah, Kimmy, man. Kimmy had all the tools in the world, man. Yeah.
Some good times, man. So like on the west side, you know, the more put together teams were on the west side.
Right.
So with Woodlawn, Randallstown was always
Randallstown was thick. Yeah, Milford too.
Milford. Yeah. Now you remember when they switched it. So like in 10th grade, we played everybody.
Yes.
And then in 11th grade, they kind of did something.
To the divisions almost.
We never played Milford again.
Wow.
Like in 11th and 12th grade, we never played Milford.
We didn't either. Because we were 4A, so we had to play each other. Yeah. Milford was like 3A or something like that. Yeah. But Randallstown.
We played Randallstown twice my senior year.
Yep.
We played them twice, and we played y'all once.
Right.
We was a 3A.
Right.
We was a 3A, y'all was 4A. So I guess you played 3A, 4A, like a 3A, 4A.
Right. Yeah, you didn't play the 1A, 2As.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So like for y'all, the big Randallstown Woodlawn was a big game.
Yeah, but you know, like our coach, man, Jerry Phipps, he would take us over to y'all side all day, every day, man. We scrimmaged like Clifton, we scrimmaged Dunbar, you know, we scrimmaged Calvert Hall. You know, it didn't matter, man. We if we want to be best, we got to beat the best, you know. And I remember some of them scrimmages. I remember going into Dunbar, they ain't let nobody dunk out. You know that Dunbar rule, and nobody can dunk in Dunbar, and I got one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get another one. You know, it's just, you know, but it was, you had to have that mentality. You want to win, man. And that's why that junior year, because that team was so talented. That was probably the most talented team I played on in high school, and lost in the first round. You know, yeah.
And then y'all play like in the was it the Laker Port tournament or the Port Laker?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think we won one and lost one. I think we lost to Dunbar like by 3. No, actually, we lost both. I think we lost to Dunbar like by 3 and lost to Lake by 1 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
But see that again. I ain't going. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna go there. Good job, Woodlawn. Let me just leave it at that. Good job, Woodlawn. You know, we didn't have those luxuries on outside the county, man. We didn't have the. We played basketball season. After basketball season, they didn't really fool with us.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have us doing nothing during the summer. We didn't really have a summer situation. It was just we just hooped during the summer. You know, we didn't really have our team didn't really stick together.
Nah,
we didn't really have that leadership really.
But you know, that's when I played youth. That's why I tried to get into those national teams, man. That's why I played youth games. My dad wouldn't let me play AAU. I played locally, but he wouldn't let me go to Florida. I was trying to go down there with Sam and them, man.
Yeah. And
matter of fact, Sam said, "Big Ev, I needed you." They were playing against Doug Edwards. He said Doug Edwards killed him. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Edwards killed me in college too, but I ain't gonna talk about that right now. Florida State, man. Yeah,
he a Florida boy anyway, though, right?
He a Florida boy. He Miami boy.
Yeah. I remember that. He had some brothers that played too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's your high school or your college recruiting looking like? I know we know you ended up at Maryland. What kind of schools were coming at?
Mid-level, man. The only other ACC school looked at me was Wake Forest, man. You know, I took a recruiting visit to St. Bonaventure. I took one to Duquesne. You know, Temple came in late. But I always said, like, I'm only playing basketball if I play at Maryland. You know, that's just, you know, like, I'm gonna tell you, the first time I went to a Maryland game, my brother was being recruited for Maryland. It was 1983, and he was being recruited for football. And then it was Christmas Eve, and they invited us to come to the game. It was my first time going to a college game, and I saw Adrian Branch, who was left-handed. Yeah, he became my all-time favorite. And I tell AB, even till I say you the reason why I went to Maryland. Yeah. You know, but what's so crazy, they were playing Boston College. And Gary Williams was the coach for Boston College. So my college coach was on that floor too.
Wow.
It was crazy, man. You know, just that when you start thinking about like things that happen in your life and the things happen for a reason, you know, it's amazing, man.
Them 6 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. 6
degrees. So now I heard did you go to Bob Wade camp in '88?
I did.
So that's what I heard. So y'all went the week after we went.
Right.
So we went, I guess, the first week. Y'all guys came the second week.
Right.
So I heard you were there.
Right.
After the fact. So we missed each other
by a week. Yeah.
I'd have loved to have been down there. The week.
Man, you know, I really did. I wanted to play in the night games. I really didn't care about the camp.
Yeah.
I wanted to test like who I'm gonna be playing against.
Yeah.
You know, and a couple times like Speedy Jones and those guys, man. You know,
I watched some of that.
Yeah. Remember that? Yeah.
I watched some of that.
Sometimes they would let me play, and that part, man. Like, you know, okay, this is what I need to do, and like, how fast is the game? You know, just trying to get used to, you know, what's about to happen. You know.
Yep. I remember watching Dave Dickerson. And,
oh yeah.
Massenberg.
Yeah.
I remember all them guys being down there.
Yeah. And,
I used to talk to C.R. McCoy, the little guard. I used to talk to Kirk Lee, bro. What Kirk Lee people? That was the coach.
Ralph Lee. Yeah, Ralph. Yeah,
Ralph was down there. He was
Ralph was down there. Ralph was down there.
Ralph used to talk. We used to talk a lot.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah, we used to talk. He used to just kind of telling me what I needed to hear. But man, I was so green. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't understand what he was telling me. But I never forgot. I never forgot him taking the time to talk to me about, do this, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I never forgot that.
Yeah.
I never forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, answer me this question. And I've been trying to figure this out. Am I the only county guy or the first county guy to be drafted who played all 4 years in the county?
To the NBA?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you.
So I've been trying to find out because I think I'm the first who went to Baltimore County all 4 years to be drafted.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, so
I definitely was going to ask you, are you the only Woodlawn guy?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely the only Woodlawn guy for basketball. Football, no.
Football, yeah. No,
but Woodlawn was known more for football than basketball. Yeah.
Keon
Carpenter. I mean, I go back to the Carlton Bailey.
Bailey, yeah. I forget he's from Baltimore.
Right. Yeah, Woodlawn, man. Yeah.
And, what's the coach? The coach at the guy at Milford Mill.
Craig Amos.
Reggie.
Oh, Reggie White. Yes, sir. Oh, Reggie White. Yes.
Yeah. Did he go to Woodlawn or Milford?
No, he went to Milford. That's right. Yeah. Big Reg, man. Yeah.
He made to the league for a minute.
Yeah, she made it to a Super Bowl. Yeah. With San Diego. Yeah.
Yep. So something, man. Neil. Yeah, we was down Maryland camp together.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah. But I was looking forward to going to 5-star that year. I was mad because they didn't invite me to the Nike camp. Remember that Nike invitation only camp?
Yeah.
Back in the day, they didn't invite me, and some of the dudes that they invited, they were coming to the 5-star that week. Man, I tried to crack every one of them heads, man. I made the all-star team every day. I tried to crack their heads, man. So, yeah, every last one of them, I tried to go at them, man.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Right, man. That's the Baltimore way. So, yeah.
So it was no other choice. Once Maryland was in the picture, you were sold.
I was sold, man. At the time, Brian Williams was there. My junior year he was there, and he was, he became one of my favorite players, and so, I was like, man, I got to go. I got to play with these dudes, man, and I had the chance to play for Wade, again, I couldn't play for him in high school, maybe I could play for him in college, Yeah.
So let me ask you about that.
Okay.
So, Coach Wade is near and dear to us.
Right.
Baltimore people,
Right.
There's a lot of stuff been said about him over the years that I didn't particularly agree with respect to the whole Maryland situation.
Right.
I remember the week that we were at camp. It was some rumblings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some things going on. The week we were there.
Right.
And I know they were talking about Brian Williams may not come back.
Right.
Around that time, I don't think it was a done deal at that time, but it was rumbling that he wasn't coming back.
Right.
And so you got recruited by Bob Wade.
Right.
So at what point in your after you had signed and everything, at what point did they relieve him of the job? Was it still a chance for you to open back up and go somewhere else? Or?
Yeah, it was. I could have backed out, but if I'm not mistaken, Bob Wade called my dad and told him to tell me to go to Maryland. If I'm not mistaken, I can't verify it now. My dad, it's not here, but I did. I think Coach Wade wanted people to see that I was good enough to play at that level. And he shared that with me, he's like, you are good enough to play at that level, even when because I remember seeing articles that people thought I was going to ride the bench for 4 years, I should be playing football, I remember those articles, and I just know me,
motivation.
Right. Right. You know, and so yeah, you know, and then being put on probation, you know, that was hard too. I could have left then. I had the school call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, call my high school. You know, call my high school coach. He called me. You know, like they want you right now. Play both football and basketball. You know,
Wow.
this is my sophomore year. This is after we got put on probation. So yeah.
All right. So you made the decision you was gonna go. You know, hell or high water, you was going to Maryland.
If they recruited me, I was going to go.
You going?
If not, I was really considering going to Penn State for football. Yeah.
So they hired Gary Williams. What do you know about Gary Williams other than you remember him being at Boston College when you were?
I didn't even remember it. I just researched that and found that out. That's how crazy it is. Yeah. You know, at that time, I was infatuated with Adrian Branch because you know how skilled he was as a lefty. Mm-hmm. You know, but yeah, like Gary came to the house and you know he talked to my parents, and I didn't care who was the coach really at that point. I'm like, y'all don't think I can play here. Let me show you I can. Yeah. You know, yeah. And that's and that was my motivation, you know. Yeah. I'm a Baltimore County kid. You know, no one, you know, like Mitch Kasoff was there. That's my guy, Mitch, you know. Shoot Mitch, you know. But, you know, it's like I want to prove that I can play, you know. Yeah.
So he was still there when you were there?
Oh yeah, his senior year was my freshman year. Yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
I remember Kasoff.
Man, that's my guy. Yeah.
he had that gym range.
Yes, he did. And one of the funniest dudes you ever want to meet, man.
Really?
He always cracked the joke. Oh man, he kept us in stitches. That was our guy, man. Mitch is our guy, man. Still is. Yeah.
Yeah, Neil asked for Phipps, your coach at Woodlawn. Jerry Phipps.
Phipps. Yep. Phipps was my coach. Yep. And they brought Phipps in my going into my junior year because we had that stacked squad. Mm-hmm. So we had Eric Miles and Handy, you know, and Newell. So they brought him, and that was his first year. Yeah. And, But my senior year, we made it to the States and lost to Annapolis in the semis. So, yeah.
That's tough. So what was your freshman year like down in Maryland?
A lot of learning, but knowing I can play. You know, I learned. I remember like going into Maryland, we were playing in the Kenner League, and down Georgetown, yeah. Going into my freshman year, and I remember I tried to go off vertical on Alonzo Mourning, and he threw me to the ground, and I was like, okay, I'm good. Yeah. But when I saw him again the next year, I tried to get an and one on his head. I just missed the dunk. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So it didn't deter you from going back.
I'm sorry, say again.
I said it didn't deter you from going back.
No. Like if you're gonna go at me and I'm gonna get better at it by you know, like I ain't gonna back down. You know, I learned that playing in the city, you know, playing over east, you know, I ain't gonna back down, you know. Yeah.
So what's Gary Williams like?
So what prepared me for Gary was Coach Phipps. Phipps was that no nonsense getting at you, going after you. And Gary was the same way. Gary cussed me out the first day of practice.
Wow.
You know? But you know, you got to have a thick skin. Just let it roll off. And you know, like I got cussed out so many times my freshman year. You think I was a starter? But that's what he did to the bench. You know.
Right.
You know.
How much did you play your freshman year?
Actually, I got freshman of the year for my team. I played quite a bit, man. You know, I had my high score my freshman year was 17 points. You know. Okay. And so, you know, I got burned. You know, I made sure that I'm not going to be that last man off the bench. You're going to put me in the rotation at some point. You know? And so he did. You know, and he let me play, and every time I played, I'm trying to get a bucket. You know, I'm like, can I get a bucket on this dude? You know, whoever was guarding me, can I get a bucket on you? Yeah.
So your time in Maryland was unique because of the probation and all the stuff that was going on. You guys couldn't be on TV.
Right.
No tournament.
Right.
So like navigating that.
I love Maryland.
Did it make it difficult or this?
I love Maryland. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, I know we on tape delayed and all that, but I'm still in the ACC playing in the cream, I guess the cream of the crop. And I'm not, I'm playing against like my all 4 years, 3 of the years ACC teams won the national championship, and I'm playing against them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so the probation didn't shake me, or and then I'm still on that premises. If I'm good enough, they'll find me. Right. So yeah.
And it's pretty interesting, and it's pretty interesting that team when you were Gustav and Massenberg and Walt Williams and them guys on that team. I mean, when you think about that lineup, I mean, those 3 guys plus you, all y'all got drafted.
Man, they bust my butt every day, but they loved me afterwards of getting me better. Listen, I give a lot of my career's credit to Walt Williams. Walt, that's my dude, man. Like he's the one who prepared me to get through college and get to that next level, and just in the mindset. And then, he coming back and dropping nuggets, it's just, I appreciate that because I took everything he said to heart, at that time. So, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, but that talent though, you're right. Mustaf, man. Mustaf was a talent, man. Massenberg, talent, man.
Tough.
Man, Walt and Jesse Martin, y'all don't remember. He only was there for a couple of years, but Jesse Martin could get a bucket, and we had a squad, man, But
what's he calling that team? Derek Lewis' brother, right?
Who?
Cedric Lewis.
Yeah, said Bigfoot. Yeah, said.
Yeah.
Said, man, and one of the nicest dudes you will meet, but you will not get a shout off on him.
He's a popping fool, man.
Yeah, man. I remember we were down by 20 in South Florida, and they were cussing us out and everything, man. Foots came out, man, had 13 blocks in the second half, man.
What name go to did Rodney Walker go to Woodlawn?
Yeah. He went to Woodlawn before he transferred to Cardinal Gibbons.
He transferred to Cardinal.
Yeah, his senior year, he and Bernard Royster both transferred.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was on that team too, right?
Yeah. Rodney was the senior my freshman year, man. And Rodney got a bad shake, man. Rodney could go, man, but they wouldn't play him. I don't know why. Yeah, they wouldn't play him. But man, Rodney, man, he could get a bucket, man. He'd give us fits in practice, man. Nobody can stop that cat, man.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So what was it like playing with the Wizard?
Man, listen, man, dude, I can't express enough how much gratitude I have for that dude, man. Walt, man, he just made you better. On the court, off the court, he challenged you. I remember one time I got into a spat with Coach, and he kicked me off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he sent the manager back there and said, if I don't come back out, give him 5 schools I can transfer to. And I told the manager, tell Gary that he can blankety blank, so. But this is the true character of Walt. Walt came back there and said, Ev, I need you, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, he came at me at the beginning of my junior year and said, Ev, look, you got to get buckets on the inside if I'm going to do anything. He said, I need you to get buckets, bro.
Yeah.
I said, enough said, And then, I took my average from 7.5 to 15.1.
Mm.
You know, because Walt said he need buckets.
Yeah.
You know, that's how much respect, you know, revere I had of the brother. You know, he's just a good dude, man. Yeah.
So you mentioned in your 4 years, you got 3 national champions in the ACC.
Yep.
Duke twice and North Carolina.
Yeah, and then you got that UNLV team my freshman year that was just crazy talented. Yeah. So
give me some of them names you was going up against in that ACC every night.
Man, let me tell you something. The hardest dude I've ever had to guard in my life in college is Christian Laettner. He was a walking bucket. And with swag with it too.
Yeah.
You know, you got to respect the swag too. You know, we did some battles. I had some battles against Duke, but you know, like everybody else. I there was some trick I can do or something I got. Okay, this is a tendency I can take advantage of. But with that cat, he had it full, bro. Yeah, he was a tough guard, man.
Yeah, and people usually don't dislike people that ain't good.
Yeah, so you know, we like our fans and hated Duke, but you know the team I didn't like was Carolina. I couldn't stand Carolina, man. You know, I'm playing. You know, I'm going too hard, 2 minutes hard, going against Eric Montrose. 2 minutes, beating him, and then after that 2 minutes, here comes George Lynch, fresh. I fight with him for 2 years, and then here come Kevin Salvadori, another 7-footer, fresh.
Yeah,
well, I hated Carolina, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Names, man. You dropped names.
Yeah, man. These are dudes I played against, man. Listen, I don't go down memory road a lot, but because we were doing this, I had to.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm remembering all this, man. Yeah.
So you got to see Lethal Weapon 3.
Oh yeah. Kenny Anderson. Well, you know, your boy Dennis Scott, he's just
3D.
Ridiculous 3D. And Brian Oliver. Yeah. He was a Swiss Army knife, you know. So
right.
Yeah.
You got me going down memory lane now. Clemson was always tough.
Man, Eldon Campbell, man, he was the first person dunked on me, man, backwards.
Wow.
Got me backwards my freshman year, man. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to get this cat back. And then I hear a buzzer, I get taken out the game, man. I got to eat this one, man. My brother still joke me today on that.
So you got to play against Big Devin when he was at Clemson, right?
That's my man. That's a little
bro. Rest in peace, Big Devin.
That's my little brother, man. Look, I used to take Devin with me down to Maryland playing in the summers when he was in high school.
Yeah.
That's my little bro, man. Him and Zeke.
Yep. Rest in peace to both.
Right, rest in peace to both of them, man. But that man, that was a little brother right there, man. That was a little bro. Yeah.
When I had Dante Bright on here a couple weeks ago. He said the Clemson recruited him and Mike Lloyd.
Yeah, man, listen. Yeah. I think I think Mike Lloyd, man, if he would have stayed at Syracuse, he would have been crazy, man. Crazy.
Ridiculous.
You know, and Dante already had his, you know, he was already putting up numbers and you know, and all them, you know, they are youngins, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm so proud of him, man. Dante and Turk and Keith Booth, and all of them, man. Noodles, man. Rodney Elliott, yeah. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to see some big names, you know what I'm saying? But you held your own. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know, you weren't the McDonald's guy, you weren't, you know, but you showed you belong.
Well, you know, one thing I learned in Baltimore, man. Baltimore, we go hard. You know, and we're fundamentally sound. And so I just realized that if I play harder than people, my fundamentals will take over, and I can, you know, last. I can be here, you know. And man. That's. But one thing I learned about Baltimore cats, man, who hoop, they survive wherever they go. They can change the game like that, man. Like I remember saying, me and Wingate were out in Seattle together. Yeah, I almost got into a fight with your boy Gary Payton. Oh man,
you and GP ready come to blow?
man, look, I'm not that one, man. And you know what's crazy though? Like I'm not a fighter, but I ain't gonna back down.
Right.
And so yeah, GP was trying to get on me, man, throwing me bad passes, and then I called out the wrong defense. It was my fault. I called out the wrong defensive color on defense, and he stopped practice and tried to make a mockery of me. I said, Slim, check this out. I ain't gonna do this in front of you, but we can go to the parking lot. I said, I don't care I don't care who you are. I don't care where I am, but you ain't gonna sit here and belittle me like that. Now I ain't say it that nicely, but I'm a minister now, so but yeah, and I came to the side, and Sean Kemp said about time somebody went at him, and Wingate just gave me a fist pound, and that just and when Wingate gave me that fist pump, it's like that's just a solidifying from Baltimore. I never forget that. Yeah.
Hey, don't feel bad. I understand. I understand. We've all been in situations in the gym where the language get a little little R-rated.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
I get it. So,
but that was because Sacramento let me go. They cut me, but they made a 2-for-1 deal, and they released me, and I went straight to Italy after that. And after I came back from Italy, I tried out for Seattle and Chicago. So yeah, and wound up playing a year, a half a year in the CBA. But anyway, I can go. Yeah.
So you get your 4 years at Maryland. Again, you played at Maryland at a time where Maryland was kind of in the background because of the suspension. What was it?
Well, it started with LB. When LB.
Yeah. Of course.
That dark cloud. We were coming out of that dark cloud.
Yeah. And again, shout out to Gary Williams for staying the course.
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit, man.
Fighting through that, because there was a tough.
Right.
I've heard him talk about during those times thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
He thought about leaving Maryland because of the probation and all the stuff that was working against him.
Right.
So he stayed, and then so you got. So did you and Curtis cross paths any?
That's my guy. Yeah, Curtis. I had 2 years with Curtis. He was my roommate on the road. My senior year. Yeah.
So his dad was out coaching.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He coached us our junior year.
Oh, okay.
Senior year, he stepped down. He wasn't the basketball coach the senior year, but he was out coach junior year.
Okay. Yeah. His dad's awesome, man. But Kurt, man. We used to call him Drago.
Yeah, for sure. He looked like the Russian from Rocky.
Right.
Yeah. He used to come like, because I think he was at McDonough before he went to.
That's right.
Before he went to what's the school down there, DeMatha.
Right.
So whenever McDonough was on spring break, he would come done up with his dad. He'd be, we would play against him like in gym class.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we've been knowing Kurt since as long as I've been in high school, I've been knowing him.
Yeah. Good dude, man. Good dude. He was he's strength and conditioning coach for the longest for the Ravens, wasn't he? For a minute.
Yeah, he's been with a couple NFL teams.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's at now. I know he's been around the NFL for quite a while.
Right. Yeah.
I know he's with Marvin Lewis for a few years too.
Exactly. With Cincinnati. You're exactly right. Yep.
Yep. Big Kurt.
Yeah.
So what was your draft process like?
So this is start from the bottom, and now we're here. So they had 3 camps. Portsmouth was the first camp. That's like the introductory camp of people who show interest. If the league shows interest in you, they invite you to this camp. I wasn't invited, and I had to beg my coach. I told my coach, Billy Hahn. I said, Billy Hahn. I said, Coach Hahn, give me a shot, man. Give me to Portsmouth, man. I promise you, I won't do you wrong. He said, all right, I'm gonna put you out there. I'm gonna get you there. And so I got the letter. I got the Portsmouth, man. I showed out, bro. I got I think MVP of that league. And they gave me a hand invitation to the Desert Classic with the top 32 seniors.
Okay.
in the nation at that time that, who weren't going lottery and all that, but these were just seniors. So it's Desert Classic. So I'm like, okay, I go out there. I should have gotten MVP for that, but I made the All-Star team because I balled out, bro. I balled out. I mean, I destroyed whoever was in front of me, destroyed them. And then we went to the Chicago camp, the big camp. And and they were like, you got to play a couple of games. I said, okay. And I remember I had played against Brian Salyer. We had played against him in Oklahoma here in Baltimore at my senior year. And then right before the jump ball, I said, "What's up, B?" He said, "Man, this different, man. This ain't college, man. This is about money." And he was telling this boy, "Ain't this right? Ain't this right?" I said, "Oh yeah, okay." 21 at halftime. So yeah, those camps, man, got me drafted because I just showed out and I raised level at every step.
That's what's up.
But you're senior. Yeah, I remember you coming in as a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and your game just got better and better and better until
Right.
your senior year. You were the man.
Yeah.
The man on the team averaged like 19, 20 points a game. You almost averaged double, I recall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was 19-9, I think, or 19-8.5. Yeah, but yeah, so. Yeah, my senior year, we had the youngest, the five, the X Reed, Dwayne Simpkins, and and there was a gap between us and the seniors, and we just never got on one page, and I think because Joe Smith used to come out and play with us, Joe would come up in the summers and play with us, man. When he was 10th grade,
Wow.
And we knew what he was going to be. He was going to be. So I realized he signed with him. I was like, oh man, they good. Wow. Yeah, because Joe, as a senior in high school, was balling with us. So, but my senior year, I had to score. I didn't have a choice. I had to score. I had to get buckets, and just had to lead by any means necessary, And but once those youngins grew, man, the rest is history,
That's what's up. So you second round draft pick.
Yes, sir.
How many teams was in the league at that point?
32. Oh, 28. I'm sorry, 28. 28.
So that make you about what the third pick in the second round?
No, I was the fourth pick in the second round.
Fourth pick.
Yeah. Well, no. It was a 2017. I know I was the fourth pick in the second round because I was pick number 31. George Mirasan went before me at 30.
Okay. Big George.
Big George. Yeah.
Wow. So what's that feeling, man? Like you. All right, where were you draft night?
My basement, man, by myself. A nervous wreck. Like I asked everybody, please just let me be down here by myself. Let me process this on my own, and they did. But, Walt called me, that's like my dude, man. He called me. He's like, yo, you ain't going to go past 31. And I said, for real? He said, yeah. He said, if you get drafted before my man, but they ain't going to let you get past 31. I said, okay, bet. And then the 31st pick, they called my name, and then they hear Hubie break down my game. Hubie Brown break down my game.
Yeah.
So I outworked every big man in every camp. So that was like just almost like solidifying, my game, but it also kind of solidified my downfall as well.
So you downstairs by yourself.
Right.
You hear your name.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your mind in that moment?
What do I need to do to stay in this league? Like like my family was all excited. We went out to dinner and all, but it's like my thing was, what's my next move? What do I have to do next? And I'm gonna tell you, man, that lifestyle, man, can take you out quickly. It can take you out quickly. It can, make your focus be wrong.
So when you just mentioned Hugh Brown breaking down your game, you also added, but that was also downfall. Can you talk about that?
Because I had, I didn't have anybody to tell me that, to let me know that, and Walt tried to, but he was in his own career, but the work started then. There was no time to relax. And if you get drafted, people will sometimes let down their hair, and that's what happened to me. I did not put all of what I needed, because my distractions at that time.
Lost a little bit of focus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But but that was a detriment because it took something out of me. It was the first time I ever got cut. And so that took a lot out of me personally,
So my man Neil got asked a question. So did the Kings call you before they picked you, or was it after they put the pick in?
It was after they put the pick in, because at that time it was really only like 2 minutes, after the first the round, it was 2 minute rapid, you got to put it in 2 minutes. So as soon as it happened, I got a call from a reporter at first, I think, and then I got a call. Yeah. Okay. Gary St. Jean, the head coach at that time.
Yeah, I remember that name. Ballhead guy.
Yeah.
So who was on that squad then?
Mitch Richmond, Rock, Spud Webb, Dwayne Coswell, L Train, Lionel Simmons, Walt, Pete Chilcutt, Jim Ness, shooting Jim Ness. Randy Brewer, he was at the end of his career. Wow. So, man. I never forget, man. Like, going into the draft, I went up to Chicago and played in the Herbal Coalition All-Star game. And I was playing against Terry Cummins and Sean Kemp and these guys, man. And I ran into Terry Cummins, man, and it was like running into a brick wall. He was the strongest dude I ever seen in my life. Every time I played against him, he put me on the floor.
Grown man strength there.
What do you say? Grown man strength.
Grown man strength. Right?
And what's funny? I heard Chris Webber on TNT one day talking about his strength. And I was like, okay, that's solidified. I wasn't going crazy.
I heard that.
Yeah, I think I heard him talking about that recently.
Yeah. Hey, no, man. Terry Cummins was the strongest dude. I played against the Worm and all them cats. Ain't nobody was stronger. I mean, even Karl Malone, man. But Karl Malone was huge. But ain't nobody stronger than Terry Cummins, man.
Yeah, but what's up, my guy Damon checking in? What's going on, bro? So what's your first camp like? You go to training camp. What is that like? Man? You coming from Woodlawn High School, University of Maryland.
It was hard. For me, it was hard because it was a lot to learn in a very short time. There's so many. When you're at that level and you got to think on the court, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
So you got to get that process down as quickly as possible to make it second nature, to let your talent take over. And so that's and so just trying to catch up with everything and like the defensive calls, the offensive calls, and then the pace of the game. It's different, so you got to get used to that pace if you're not used to playing at that pace. So that first camp, it was hard, but it was eye lifting. I just remember my first preseason game. It was in Portland, and I was just like, okay, all that running was for this because I was flying up and down the court. It had some good legs, and so.
Yeah, so Neil said you named a lot of guys. So the people, I don't know if they're younger guys, but people that clearly don't know basketball. They talk about though that era as being plumbers, and they couldn't compete in this era, that type of thing, which is complete nonsense to me. But we are much more mature now, so I kind of let the young people have what they. That's how you feel about. That's how you feel about it. But
Right.
whatever, But again, we know better.
Man, listen.
We know better.
Look, I Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc for that matter. I seen Elijah just hit at the last minute of the game, hit like 8 shots in a row to win the game.
Wow.
And like with moves not traveling, like what's going on now. I ain't gonna go there with the youngins, but but with straight fundamental footwork, and it's beautiful, and like, dudes like man, Mitch Richmond, run TMC. Mitch had game, man.
Yes.
Mitch had game. I seen Spud Webb dunk on Sean Bradley. When we played the 76ers Kings at Philadelphia. He went up, and that was the only shot he had. I said, Spud, you touched a big fella, huh? He said, that's the only shot I could do. Got him. Got him, man. Yeah, so. Man, yeah.
But see, man, that perspective, you gotta, you got an opportunity to be on the court,
right,
and see it at that level,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm sure when you hear conversations about people saying, I don't know because you don't see confrontations with them. You seem like you probably just let people have their say and just go about your business.
I do,
but it drives me crazy sometimes when I hear some of the stuff I hear. Like basketball just started 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, please. Everybody learn from somebody. And every era of the game has evolved a little bit more than the last.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like, yeah, a lot of the cats maybe could not have played, but there's one cat that's above all other cats, and he could play whenever he wanted to. I've yet to see somebody who will be able to stop him.
Who was that?
MJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what you're talking about.
Well,
that's what I thought. But look, you get drafted. You get drafted, which is a serious accomplishment in itself.
Right.
Now, you coming from Maryland, you represent University of Maryland, you represent Woodlawn, you represent Baltimore.
Right.
But you also got your family, dad, your brother, they all. That's pressure. How did you handle all of that?
My family was never pressure. My family has been my backbone since I can remember my first breath.
Yeah.
It's like we moved up here from Mississippi. We were all we got. So we stuck together like a wall we got, and we still sticking together to this day.
Beautiful.
And so that wasn't the issue. The issue is navigating the uncertainty.
Wow. That's heavy.
You touched on your dad a little bit earlier.
Right.
And your dad is somebody, who was he's a politician.
Right.
He was a minister.
Right.
And above all, a dad.
Right.
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 And I did some reading up on him. Some of the stances he took.
Right.
Wasn't always the most popular with certain people.
Nope.
But he stood on his principle.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He stood on his principles, man. But talk about the impact he had on you and your brothers, growing up, man.
So, like, my first athletic hero was my big brother. But the man I looked up to was my dad. My dad worked for the NAACP.
Yeah.
20 years in Mississippi and up here. And I remember this is when I just had all respect for my dad. I remember when he went and challenged Jerry Caldwell down in Lynchburg, Virginia. He was a minister.
Oh, the pastor.
Yeah, the pastor.
Yeah.
And he said something, kind of slick out of his mouth. And my dad went down there in front of the cameras, in front of everybody, said, "You were wrong." And I just remember looking around at all the people and just like how he had that oomph to go and speak his mind of what he thought was right. And with that boldness and that courage was everything for me. That was the last thing I needed to see, and go back and you move up to about when I was 13 years old and I was feeling myself and my dad was out of town. And I got sassy when my mother said something smart to my mother. And after she finished beating me with a shoe, she said, "I'm going to tell your father." And I just remember that my father told me to get on the phone. He got on the phone and he was even killed. He said, "Son, listen, you 6'4". I'm 6'1". I can't beat you no more. But if you ever disrespect my wife again, I will shoot you. Shut it down, bro. Never again. Because I know my dad, Yeah, that was the man. He was old school, but he was fair and he loved God,
Yes.
Yeah.
How tall did your brothers get?
I got a brother 6'7" now and another brother 6'4".
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin is Lynn Elmore, who carried that Maryland. Yeah, and I on my mom's side, the Henson side of the family, we got some big guys. John Henson from North Carolina played. He's my cousin.
Wow.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my brother who's 6'4", we went to a family reunion on the Henson side, and I had girl cousins taller than him.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah.
So your dad grew up in Mississippi?
Yeah, my mom and dad. Yeah.
Your mom and dad?
Yeah,
Wow.
they met at Jackson State. Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing your dad on TV and and I didn't realize he was your dad probably until we were out of high school.
Right.
Years later.
Right. A lot of people didn't make that connection. A lot of people didn't make that connection. Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely remember seeing him and hearing his name, seeing him in the newspaper for different things.
Right.
You know, but definitely just the way you talk about him.
Yeah.
And just even early on when you just kind of mentioned him.
Right.
Just that respect.
Right.
And just knowing the type of dude you are. I know he had a great impact on you and your brothers.
Yeah.
And your family for that fact.
Yeah, he set the standard, man. Like he set the standard of you respect of who you are and you show who you are. Yeah. So that's what we did, man. I look back on my life, even through my failures, man. I wouldn't change it any other way, man. Yeah.
The failures make us who we are too.
And that's true.
It's part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was all roses, man, we'd be living boring lives, man.
Right. You're right about that. Yeah.
We talked about that with Dante. Now, if you was born around this era, they'd have been throwing that bag at you, that NIL bag at you coming out of high school.
Man, look, I've been trying to get retro pay. But they won't hear me.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. To come up at this time.
Right.
Right. And that's another thing. Like when they talk about who couldn't play now from back in the day, you are very competitive.
Right.
Just based off this conversation, man, you are competitive.
Right.
So if you're a high school, let's say you're a college freshman right now. What kind of numbers you putting up?
So I can play in today's game, but I would have to change my game a lot.
Yeah.
I like watching girls play.
They play a much more
because
fundamental game.
Yeah, it's not just a fundamental game, but it's position basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm used to. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't invested in this big, small, positionless game. I just, it's been really hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
Because I like to see the roles. That's why I like, see the girls' games, man. And and so, I could play in it. Just my mindset, I know I can play in it. Plus, we just no blood, no foul how we played.
Right.
And like I'm gonna go through your chest. You take charge on me once, but it'd be once.
Right.
That's kind of the mindset you got to have, and I don't know if this game will allow that.
I was going to say that might be one of the biggest adjustments right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm 6'8" too much.
Right.
And I ain't no finesse in my game. Ain't no Euro steps and all that. No, I'm going through you. So it's just a different game. And I look at this game and I'm like, what if I would have worked on my handles more? Like,
Probably.
What if because I could always shoot, but I'm saying, what if I would just stretch it out to the 3, and just like really, really worked on it. So, but what I can say about these youngins today, they got the tools for it that we did not.
Right.
We had concrete basketball courts with a gated fence. They got trainers.
That's facts.
Exactly.
That's facts, man.
That's facts.
Imagine we had trainers.
Brother.
Imagine we had a coach putting in the time with us on different moves and all that. We saw a move when we went outside and tried it.
You saw exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there was a lot, and nowadays, man, the young kids, they got a lot of video footage, a lot of YouTube, a lot of everything to watch over and over. And you guys played with what you were faced with. And I'm
so glad we ain't had social media.
Say that again?
I said, I'm so glad we ain't have social media.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons, man.
I'm foolish enough to be coaching now.
Are you?
Yeah, man, I coach at Dundalk.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm
I gotta come see you, man. I gotta come check you out. I gave up coaching 2014, man.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the game passed me by, but it's just my time has shifted to different things.
Yeah.
But
it's different in the sense that, like, we learned the game one way.
Yeah.
We learned the game one way.
Right.
And you try to teach the game
what you learned.
What we learned.
Right.
And kind of allow them to be themselves at the same time.
Right.
But like we came from an era where, like I said, we watched college basketball. We probably watched more college than NBA.
Yeah, we did because it was more available. Yeah, in our time. Yeah.
But now they don't really watch college.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to get them to watch college because they come in and everybody want to be Steph Curry.
Right.
So you walk in the gym and you shooting 30, 40 footers.
Right.
Haven't made one layup.
Right.
A free throw, nothing. And you jacking threes out. It's like, come on, man.
Right.
And then I got a rule. It's like, we don't shoot threes.
Right.
And of course, in the game, I can't stop them from shooting it.
Right.
Somebody gonna jack one and look right at me.
Right.
Hey, come on, because you're coming out. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. But like, even when I coached, man, I because I coached at a level where they needed confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I had them, and when they're open, they shot it.
Yeah.
But it has to be in your range, and and nothing crazy,
Right.
But I just ran a straight motion. I had I had 9 guys out of Montgomery County, 8th graders. I'm talking about North Potomac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they balled for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I gave them the freedom to shoot. You know, but also, being unselfish, you make the right pass. Everybody get a shot.
Yeah.
But them days over, man.
Yeah, because they definitely don't want to pass it.
Nah, man. It's the Luka, James Harden, 20-second dominating the shot clock, and then give it to you and expect you to do something with it.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Like, and like I'm the coach that I don't call fouls in practice.
Mm-hmm.
And coach, he fouling me. I'm like, listen, if you're looking for fouls in practice, you don't have a shot in the game. Because every time somebody nip you, you're gonna look for the foul, man. Just play through it.
Man, listen, look. Well, you know how we played 33 and all that, no blood, no foul.
Yeah.
We took that under the whistle. You foul me, I'm scoring it anyway. This they soft, man, a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna call them soft because some of these athletes are ridiculous right now. Like Wemby right now is just.
You know what? He's a cheat code.
Yeah, he's a cheat code. Man.
He's a cheat code, man. Dudes that tall are not supposed to be that skilled.
Man, cheat code. Like, how can you stop that? Before there was a Wemby, there was a Ralph Sampson, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Ralph is a victim of when he played.
Right.
The time that he played.
Exactly.
A guy his size was expected to play around the basket.
I tell you right now, like Ralph and even Kareem could play in this era because their games can translate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
So how long were you with the Kings?
I was there not even a full year. I got released in like the last day of the trade deadline.
Okay.
And then and about 3 days later, well, actually, I went up to Philly and they were going to sign me for a 10-day, but they decided not to. So I'm like, man, listen, I'm going overseas. So I went to Italy and played, finished out my season with Italy. As a matter of fact, my teammate was Dragan Petrovic's teammate, Arian, I can't think of his last name, he played on the Dream Team. And and he shot that thing, man. He would shoot 1,500 shots a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it just his work ethic was just remarkable, man.
Yeah. So how many years did you play overseas?
8, man. 8 years, man. I played 8 years. I played started in Italy, then I went to Spain, and then I went to Greece, and then I went to Spain. I went to Poland, been to France, Bolivia, Argentina, Uruguay, Australia. Yeah, I was all over the world, man.
So what was that experience like?
Loved it. Loved travel. Loved the experiences. Loved the culture. My dad was a historian. He knew about like all the world wars and all that shit. As a matter of fact, they visited me in a lot of these places. So I used to love diving into the culture and learning about where I'm staying and then going out and getting buckets. It's like I wasn't that, I was that club dude, but I wasn't that club dude. I just started to refocus on what my purpose is. So
A steady girl at the time, Trav, playing ball.
I got married late in my career.
Okay.
That didn't work out, and so but I do have a beautiful daughter out of that. So
Sure.
My Kayla Layla. So she's a mother and I'm a grandfather. So that's full circle.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the two of y'all can speak on that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, her husband is a coach, and he ran into Weasel at the Final Four.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Small world. It was 6 degrees, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
I already know.
You know who knows who and how you connected to certain people is
Right.
crazy.
Right.
So you know, you again, man, you kid, man, from Mississippi, Woodlawn, Canfield.
You got to throw Canfield in there.
You got to live the dream. You know,
Yes, sir.
You played basketball and got a paycheck for it.
Yes, sir.
You know, and so total, what, 9 years total?
Right. So there's nothing like doing what you love for a living.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Especially if that was your passion since you were 5 years old. You know, so there was nothing like it, man.
So in that 6 degrees, I got to the league too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got to play against you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know what's crazy, man? Like, I wasn't even the best out of Canfield.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You know, it's just, but that's just how hard it is. You know, it's a lot of luck in that. You know, it's a lot of right place, right time. You know,
but
I don't call it luck, but yeah.
Things happen just the way they're supposed to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things happen the way they're supposed to.
Right.
And we all know somebody that we all thought should have made it.
Right.
You know, to whatever level. We can from every neighborhood, from every team, there's always somebody that you feel like, man, he should have, you know what I mean? Or if this would have happened, that would have happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, man, I think things happen just the way they're supposed to.
I feel you.
You know, things happen the way they're supposed to.
I agree.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
You know, and I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday. They were telling me about a movie where somebody had an opportunity. Like I think they may have passed away, and then they had an opportunity to go back.
Mm-hmm.
They had an angel with them. And they was like, you know, people say, well, if I'd have did this at this time, things might have been different.
Right.
So they had an opportunity to go back and change those things, but then something else that they didn't count on happened. So I just think things happen the way they're supposed to. And we just got to make the most of those things.
And you're exactly right. You know, like I said, knowing I wasn't the most talented, but you know, mine, I believe, you know, is God's blessings for me. You know, looking out for me. That, you know, I don't call it luck. I call it God's blessings. But you know, yeah, man. You know, it's just everything happens for a reason, as you said, and I'm gonna stand on that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So all right. So you know, once you wrapped your career up, you say you got a little coaching.
I coach a little bit, man. You know, but my heart is, so let me tell you full circle. I remember I was telling you about Buddy Norris. So I'm doing the same job Buddy Norris did right now for my life. Yeah. You know, trying to touch somebody's, you know, kid, you know, getting them, you know, and you know, putting them on the right path, you know, because like right now, if it wasn't for Buddy Norris, I would have never found the passion of the game. You know, so how can I give that to a kid today? You know, right. So that's what I'm doing now. And then, you know, in ministering, man, that's the best part of my life. You know, you know, telling somebody about Christ, that is the best part, or, you know, teaching about Christ. That I'm embracing that role to the fullest, and I'm loving it. So yeah.
So do you have a church, or you just?
Oh yeah. I'm Rising Sun First Baptist Church, St. Luke's Lane.
Okay.
Come out. As a matter of fact, I'm preaching this Sunday, so y'all come on out.
Nice. I'm gonna y'all one Sunday, man.
That'd be beautiful, man. I love that.
Yeah. So, man, you know, the full circle moments.
Full circle moments. Full circle.
It don't seem like it's been so as long as it's been.
No,
it seemed like yesterday, you know, we in high school.
Yeah, it does, man. You know, I when I passed Woodlawn High School, and I'm just like, man, You know, I was like, I used to get bump out here, you know. We see the football field, like, man, I scored a touchdown with that end zone. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, but you know, it's fun to reminisce, man. You know, it is. You know, even
Neil,
the good.
Neil asked, do you keep up with any of your teammates from Woodlawn?
Always, yeah. I keep Jerry Dixon is like my little brother. Like that's my guy. You know, Noel, Eric, and Derek, Vincent, the twins. You know, all of them, man. Yeah, that you know, that's core family right there. You know, yeah. We got a group text, and yeah, they probably be joning on me. If they catch wind of it, yeah, they might get me on it. But you know, it's all good. You know. Though, like my teammates have been my best friends every stop I've gone, man.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, you become like a family. You know how locker rooms are.
Oh yeah,
and especially when you build something and you have some success. You know, you're like, you know, my Oklahoma City championship team. You know, in the CBA. You know, we still together. Like another one of my best friends, Kermit Holmes. You know, it just. Yeah, we just keep tight, man. You know, just make sure that family's good, we good. You know, it's just number love, man.
Yeah.
Man,
Neil played with Jerry up at Essex.
Oh yeah,
and y'all coach Terps was their coach up there.
Yeah. Because I think was that before or after he came back from San Jack, Jerry.
I think it was after.
It was after, yeah. It was after he came back. Yeah,
I think it was after.
Yeah. He's another one I used to take up Maryland the hoop with me. Yeah.
I remember Jerry.
Yeah. That's my man.
So as we get ready to wrap it up, thank you again for your time. You know, I know you busy man in these days.
Man, much love, man. It's all good, brother.
You say you got grandpapa on your resume now, so I know
grandpapa, man.
It's a whole different energy.
Man, grandpapa and the puppy. So yeah, you know.
I can't
look, and I got to get home to my wife before she get me.
Yeah, well, we're the way of that.
Yeah, man. But look, hey, listen, I appreciate you reaching out to me, man. This has been awesome. I appreciate y'all, you know, both of y'all just reaching out to me and letting me go down the memory lane. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll have you back anytime.
Okay, man. My door's open, man. I'm a phone call away if you need me.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, guy.
God
Talk
bless,
to y'all.
man.
All right, later.
Peace.
Everest Burns. Woodlawn's finest, man.
Yeah, that's pretty strong, man. And I saw where Ben Collins said that he think he was the only.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't think of another one.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Nothing came to my mind.
Yeah, I can't think of another one.
That's a great story, man. That's a great story. And I didn't quite remember what happened when he left Maryland. As far as I didn't even remember he got drafted. So that was me.
I do remember him getting drafted.
Kissed the NBA a little bit there.
Yeah, he got a little taste.
Got a little bit, yeah.
A little taste of that league.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I do remember him getting drafted. You know, like I say, we were same class. We was, high school, so we would come. So I followed him.
Well, you bumped
pretty much.
So
I got to play against him, man. And so I followed his career pretty much, once he got to Maryland and once he was out of the NBA, it was a little harder back then to keep up. We didn't have the internet and all that stuff like we do now, so it was a little tough to kind of keep up with guys once they're going overseas. But yeah, man, I followed his career. Again, that's 6 degrees. He made it to the league, so did I. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We played against each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can say, I played against some NBA guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, man. And he always been a good dude. Good solid guy, man. Like I say, I ain't gonna say we was like homeboys, nothing like that. We was always cordial.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Whenever we would see each other out and about, what I'm saying, it was always respect for one another. And
just to hear him talk about, and I mean, when you think about it, man, I mean, he was literally, man, he was out there bumping with Grant Hill.
Yeah, man.
throwing names out there, man. Christian Leitner and Doug Edwards and all them cats,
Yeah,
man.
That ACC was tough.
It was tough, man.
You know, and again, Maryland it was a tough time to be at Maryland.
Yep.
You know, with the probation and all the stuff that Maryland had going on, man. But they was competing.
They was competing.
They were competing, man. You know, in that ACC.
He dealing with Rodney Rogers and some of them dudes, man. I mean, damn. And he averaged like 19 and 9. You know. Yeah. So he was doing his thing, man. Yeah,
he definitely held his own.
Wow.
And made a mark. You know, got to the league.
He got to the league.
He got to the league, man. And again, we talk about in the history of the NBA, you talk less than 5,000 people have touched the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, less than 5,000 have touched the league, man. You know,
he was like 4 picks from being in the first round.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, again, that's, you know, people, man, we so small-minded, you know, as a whole, because we look at stuff and we like to pick stuff apart. Or we'll look at him and say, well, he only was in the league this amount of time or whatever. He was in the league.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how difficult it is to get in that league.
Hey, I don't think a lot of people...
They're going to focus on the time that he was in the league.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. I just, you know, like I was saying, man, I find myself, there's certain conversations, man, I just walk away from them now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's probably going to do nothing but piss me off. More so than I'm learning anything from it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about who could play, who can't play,
man,
who this, who that, man.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
And we talking about people with the most opinion wouldn't even sniff the league. You know what I'm saying? But they got all the facts and opinions and their word is law.
Exactly.
Like, bro, you ain't even make your high school team.
Right. Exactly.
Let alone college or pro.
And talking crazy.
And talking reckless.
Right. Right.
And standing on it, though.
I know.
Be ready to go to blows sometimes with this stuff, man. I'm like, yo, this is crazy talk.
I mean,
crazy talk.
You had this guy on here, man, and he talking about being there watching Olajuwon.
Come on.
I mean, what?
Come on, man.
What?
Come on, man. And then you see the nugget he threw in there. The moves he was making that was not traveling.
Was not traveling.
But some of the stuff they get away with today.
They're getting away with some stuff.
These dudes walking from Minnesota to Detroit and getting away with it.
So Olajuwon hit 9 straight, the game winner, all with legit footwork. He said it was just beautiful what he was doing.
Man.
Come on, man.
Barishnikov like.
Exactly. Now Evans walking around with that history in his head.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Now I had to get him to say who he was talking about, you know, the one that can play at any time. I just needed him to say it.
Yeah. I assumed, but you know, you never want to assume. And then he stopped me. He didn't say who it was.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat. Then you went on and go ahead and finised it up. What you talking about?
Yeah, you got to tell him.
He like MJ. Like who else?
Yeah, who else? Yeah. Well, you ain't got to convince me.
No.
You got to convince me because, you know, that brother could play anytime.
Man, that's good stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that was good, man. With guy Evers Burns.
Evers Burns, man. I don't ever remember seeing him like. He always seemed to be solidly built.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, a lot of them guys, they come out of high school, they could be slender.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 6'8" and slender, but I think he came in strong, kind of strong.
He always was a big guy.
Yeah, he was a big guy.
Always was a big dude, man.
I bet he would have been a hell of a tight end, man.
Brother.
He went up there.
I didn't ever see him play football, but I remember reading them articles.
Yeah.
And I remember Miami, Penn State.
Yeah.
Florida State. I remember the article saying these schools want him.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, damn.
Joe Paterno.
I mean, that was tough.
Can you
I
imagine?
mean, I can't even think. I mean, that's almost like Alabama, like Nick Saban.
Right.
For people that don't understand, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you name the top 5 college football coaches right now. And Saban not even in the coaching no more.
Right.
But you talking that caliber of coach.
He said Penn State, Notre Dame. he named Miami. What?
Florida State.
Florida State? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough.
And that's part of his journey, man. All of that stuff happened.
Yes.
That is, man.
Yes.
That is some heavy stuff right there.
Yes. You know, and again,
all that is with him while he up there in that pulpit.
Yeah.
You know it is.
Yes, sir.
Part of him.
And again, he something else that he said that was very prophetic. He followed his dream.
Mm-hmm.
With all of that, you know what I'm saying? Because you talking those schools that at all of those schools wanting you to play football. That's almost a ticket to the NFL.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees.
Right.
There's no guarantees, but God that have that many top level schools recruiting you.
Yeah.
There's almost a straight line to the NFL.
He had his chances of making it in the NFL was better than his chances of making it in the NBA.
And he followed his passion. He
followed
his
passion.
He followed his dream. His dream was to go to Maryland.
And he knew. He said it. He said, I knew I was a way better football player than basketball, but basketball is my passion.
Yes.
And that's what you got to go with.
And that's a lesson for us all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like you walk around the corner and I got to check behind this door for 10 million. I got to check behind this door for 8 million. I got to check behind this door for 6 million. Or you can go to Maryland. Ain't no guarantees. Get a good education. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, and he also said that there were people that didn't believe that he would even play at Maryland.
Right.
That people telling him he probably gonna go down there and sit on the bench for 4 years or whatever. You know. And again, you when you bet on yourself, when you follow your dream, when you listen to your gut,
yeah,
you listen to the voice, God, or whatever, whoever you're listening to.
Yeah.
But when you follow your heart, look where it takes you. It'll take you places that you didn't imagine, let alone the people that hated on you and said you was gonna go down there and sit on the bench. There's a lot of people was eating crow.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know when you were saying it, everybody done been around and seen players that you saw and said, man, this guy could go to the league.
Yeah.
This guy could do big things.
Yes.
And they wind up not making it for whatever the reason, whatever the circumstances are. But I think when it comes to Elvis Burns, man, he sounded like he had a really solid foundation, man, with his mother and his father and his brothers and stuff like that. It sounded like that was really strong. And then, you know, coming from Mississippi, man, you know that his parents, man, they experienced some things down there.
Oh yes.
Mississippi.
Oh yes.
So he had that going for him, working for him, and I think that had a lot to do too with him being able to, you know, maneuver through and reach the heights that he reached.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So
good story.
Again, just to see, and again, you know, I had a list of people, you know, that I wanted to bring on, and he was clearly one of the people on the list, you know, of people that I wanted to come on and just talk about his story his journey.
Yeah.
And more importantly, you know, because I got to see the beginnings of it. You know what I'm saying? I saw the beginnings of it, man. You're in high school, man. You know, you don't really understand much about anything. You know, we think we know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then you look back now to your youthful days and realize, man, how silly we were.
Oh yeah.
You know, and our views of the world as young men. You know what I mean? How we saw the world and we thought we had it all figured out. But man, we were able to navigate and again, man, the mistakes that were made along the way. You know, the decisions that were made along the way. You know, the thinking you knew more than somebody that's been there before you. You know, all of the things that we have seen and been through that got us to this moment right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right here, right now.
Yeah.
You know, we have said it on this platform several times.
Mm-hmm.
Where me and you have talked about a forum like this 20 years ago.
Exactly.
And not having a clue how to get to it, where to start.
Right.
Any of that. We just talked about it.
We did it without having the forum.
Yeah, and here we are. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. But I'm saying, right, the seed was planted.
Yeah.
You know, the seed was planted. We didn't have a clue how to water it. Exactly. You know, but we never stopped talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And again, here we are.
Did y'all used to have? I remember back in you know, for me it was junior high school, and they used to pass around a book, like a little composition notebook, and everybody had a page in the classroom, and they would pass it around, and people would make comments in the page, and a lot of them were anonymous. People could leave a comment, and some people sign their name and shit. You know, oh, he cute, or I love this girl, and shit like that, and passing all around. Or this bitch ugly than a mug. You know, shit like that. And to me, that was the MySpace and Facebook. Yeah. You know, before that came about, before the technology presented that. You know, so a lot of what we see now. You know, we always wanted the video games. When I had to go to the arcade, we always dreamed about having the game in our basement. Right. And I would love to have this at home. I would love to have this in my basement. Shit. Now they got it. Got it right in the house, right in the game, big time Xboxes and PlayStations and all that. Yeah. These things here. Goodness gracious. Yeah. All the technology you got in the palm of your hand. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, I mean, you can watch movies. I mean, you can make a movie. Right. Off these telephones, man. You can make making music. I mean, everything. You name it, you can do it right on your phone. You can do it right there, man. You walking around with a computer and your phone. With all kinds of stuff, man, you know. It's amazing. It is. Amazing what they've come to with this technology. I just say, Mama, we made it. Right. You know, Mama, we made it. And we still got some room to go. Yeah. And some room to grow. Thank goodness. You know, it ain't stopping. Right. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, people that, you know, that's surrounding our generation, our age, man. Don't be afraid of the technology. Nah, yeah. You gotta go for it, man. You gotta go for it. You can't be sitting around, man, looking at a VCR right now. You know, they throw that line at you quick. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't fix it. Well, yeah, that's true, but damn. I ain't gonna be sitting around dealing with a VHS player. I can click on the computer and see it on YouTube or Netflix or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
so don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid of the technology. And, a lot of people are, a lot of people are afraid of it, and they see something that's looking a little technical that ain't from their era. A lot of people are afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Now, Aaron Hall had a song called "Don't Be Afraid."
Is that right?
He was talking about something else.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna make that. I ain't gonna make that. I ain't even gonna make that analogy. That just came to mind. Let me cut that out. I'm gonna edit that. I'm gonna edit that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit that out the show.
But the words were
The words fit.
Right. Don't be afraid.
Words fit. Song don't.
I don't know what Aaron was talking about. I done heard about it. I done heard about Aaron, boy.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. They had a little history together.
Got some history. Yeah.
Little freak offs and stuff.
Yeah, all that old
Baby oil.
baby oil.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about though. Don't be afraid.
Right.
Go for it.
That's right. Do your
Go
thing.
for your little heads up. For next week.
Mm-hmm.
I got another guest next week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not sports related. He played sports, but it's not sports related. And my guy Alfonso Mayo gonna come join us next week. Alfonso wrote a book. It's called The Promise. And the book is basically chronicling his life, his upbringing. Kid in West Baltimore, lived in West Baltimore, Cherry Hill. Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Now, I met him as an adult, so I didn't know his story. So, this is a guy that I met, as he overcame a lot of things, and I didn't have a clue. I read his book. I supported him. God, I used to work with him, man, good dude. I bought the book, and I started reading it. And I was blown away at the ability, man, to overcome. You know what I'm saying? This life deal to all of us some ugly blows at times, man.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people, man, that don't survive the things that happen to them or the circumstances that they're put in. And I asked him when I bought the book and started reading it, I said, bro, I'm going to have you on my podcast. For nothing other than, your perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
You persevered over a lot of stuff, man. So if you're watching and you want a good book to read, it's called The Promise. The author's name is Alfonso Mayo. If you want to grab the book, I believe you can get it on Amazon and, just Google it. I'm sure their book probably available in couple different outlets. But man, great story, great young man. Can't wait to have him on next week. He confirmed with me the other day he's gonna be on with us, and he get to share some of his story, man. And I hope we help him sell some books.
Yeah, man.
I hope we're able to help him sell some books.
A lot of times, man, when you got people who are looking for, stories like that they can put on the screen, the big screen,
Yeah.
stuff like that, man. Sound like he done been through some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep. But he, great dude. Again, you meet people at various stages in life. A lot of time we don't know the journey. We don't know what it took to get him from that point to the point we met him at. We met him at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like I say, you never judge a book by the cover.
Yeah.
But when you meet somebody, man, and you kind of having conversations with them, and you never expect to kind of know the story the way that it was. You just kind of know him in that space. And he's like, yeah, it's a good dude, man. He gotta have had, you just assume he had to have had this kind of upbringing, this kind of life, this and that. None of that.
Yeah.
None of that, man.
And and a lot of times, man, when we do get an opportunity to get a peep into somebody else's life, man, we can kind of understand, man, how blessed we were.
Yes.
You know, see somebody going through stuff, man, and it's like, wow, man. I mean, even on the level, of us coaching, man, especially coaching the little kids, man, and being able to go around and kind of see certain people's situations, man. Dante always come to mind. As we rolling out there coaching, we going over to people's houses, scooping them up, picking them up, and kind of getting really into the roots of their upbringing.
Yeah.
And seeing some of the tough things that folks go through, man, it does let us know, man, that you're real blessed, man, to have a mother that was protective and looked after you. Shit like that. That we very much probably just took for granted.
Yes.
And
even fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know fathers don't get the
right
kudos, and not that we look for them, because being a parent in itself is a thankless job.
Mm-hmm.
And again, man, I'm 54 years old, and I didn't realize until I was in my 40s, man, this parenting thing, it's no, as much as people tell you, it's no manual, it's no handbook.
Nope.
We just feel like we got it, and I didn't have it rough as a parent. I wasn't, what I'm saying, but it's not as easy as it seemed.
Nah, not at all.
It's not as easy as it seemed, man. And again, you had to present a strong front for your children, because they look at you in a way almost like you got that cape on.
Right.
You got to be Superman in days when you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You got to put that cape on, man, because them children look at us in a way, man. And I can remember sometimes my kids would say stuff to me, and because they just expect us to know. They just expect us to figure everything out. And it was times, man, when stuff was real.
Mm-hmm.
And but you gotta present in a way that they don't feel your pain, or they don't feel whatever it is you feeling. They can't feel it, and they can't know that you're going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't know that, hey, they going through it.
Right.
You got
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. There's certain things, man, that you just have to keep from them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep it from them. I mean, to me, it's like, I can remember coming into the house one night, and my daughter was standing up at the little top of the steps. I was still living home with my parents. My daughter was at the top of the steps. My niece was up at the top of the steps, and I'm coming in the door. Now I'm nice. I smoke some weed. I'm nice.
Yeah.
I'm coming up in the house. I always knew how to creep up in there without anybody seeing me. But on this day, they was at the top of the steps.
Yeah.
And I open up the door, and I come in the door, and I look at the top of the steps. And them motherfuckers knew something wrong with me. They knew.
Yeah.
They didn't know what it was or what was going on, but they knew something was wrong with me, and I was paranoid, man, when I was there, So this thing is heavy, man, because the children got these expectations, man, of mom and dad.
Yes.
them expectations, man, is really, really high. Those expectations, man, and you just can't. I just don't want. I never wanted to let my kids down.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nah, that right there.
Right.
That right there is the never wanting to let them down.
Want to let them down.
You know what I'm saying? And you just and I realized that I had to give my parents some grace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to give my parents some grace, man. I was like, because you get selfish in a way.
Yeah.
I should have had this one. This should have happened. That should have happened. And you go back and you realize when you're in those shoes, when you're the parent, when you're the decision maker, and you think back, and you're like, man, you know, my mother was making it happen
Mm-hmm.
in spite of.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying? In spite of.
Yeah.
And so, I again, man, it's to see, and again, man, everybody's journey is different. And the ones, you know, there are people that we all know that people think the situation was peaches and cream, or they had it made. Everybody got something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done been through something. You know, some people can mask it better than others. Some people can put the front and can present themselves in a way where you think it's all good over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody go through something. You know, everybody has been through something. Everybody will go through something, and it's going to continue. You know, but the thing of it is how do you deal with adversity?
Yep.
Right? Do you sit back and do you complain about it? Do you sit back and then just make the excuse, well, I can't do something because of this? Or do you find a way? You know what I'm saying? Do you find a way? And it's something that I'm again, as long as I got the opportunity to keep waking up, I got opportunity to keep getting better.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So at 54, I'm still pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what didn't happen when I was 34. What didn't happen when I was 24. You know, why I didn't make it to the NBA. I played against Everett Burns. Why I didn't make it? I wasn't supposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my course. That wasn't the journey that I was on. Right? For whatever reason. But I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And you touched on it too, man. You know, coaching and working with these young people. You know, you see it from a different perspective. And I always talk about the group, the James McHenry group. You know, before that, you know, I coached for some years before that. And I just coached. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get into the situations that was going on with the families and some of the stuff that we learned about, you know, once I got with that group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That group of kids kind of changed my perspective on the role that I had. You know what I'm saying? Now, not that I didn't care about kids before that, because I care about all of them. But my involvement was a little different. Right? And so when I got with that group, you know what I'm saying? And you live in, so number one, you're in a different area. So it's not an area where you know everybody. You know, like we were in turns, you know everybody. You know the families, you know who the family, you know the connection.
Know the history. Yeah.
I'm there, James McHenry. I don't really know nobody.
Right.
I don't really know the area. I'm a new person there, right? But I came there being who I was. I was myself. So all I brought was me. I brought me to the table. I had an idea that I want to take a group of kids and expose them to something different, other than what they got going on right here in this gym and in this little neighborhood. I want to expose them to something different. Not knowing, you know what I'm saying, what was going to come out of that. because I'm thinking basketball at the time. That's all I was thinking. All right, we're gonna take them and expose them to some basketball. You know, we're gonna put them in this and put them in that, so they can see some different basketball. But what happened was they sparked something else in me. You know what I'm saying? When you, like you said, you mentioned Dante, and we know his story. You know what I'm saying? And the level of trust his father had in me. You know what I'm saying? His father trusted me. And he didn't trust too many people, because I remember when in the beginning he would come get him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, he can't go to this. He can't do that. So I had to show him that I'm trustworthy, and I got your son's best interest at heart. And so even when they left the neighborhood and moved to Cherry Hill, and I would go out there to get him, his father knew he was all right. Coach King got him. He good.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he knew that. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. And it was just the level of respect. And I kind of realized that as he got older, and he kind of drifted off, and, you know, he was into the streets and all that stuff. Anytime I came around him, I don't care what he was doing, man, he was just like that little 10-year-old boy again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was about respect.
That's what it was about.
And it was about, because I poured into him, you know what I'm saying? More than just basketball. It was more than basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was more than basketball. But I realized with that group of kids, I had to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, we told a story about how we pulled it together, you know, I mean, and basically in a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we need to do a movie about that.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? How that whole thing came together.
Yeah.
And you bringing kids from basically two different worlds, you know, into one little melting pot.
One melting pot.
You know, because you got kids that come from good neighborhoods and nice families and all this stuff.
It's a mixture.
You got this other handful of kids that come from the rough side.
Serious
You know
mixture. And some kids we ain't never seen no parents show up to watch them play. Other kids, the family there.
Family there, yeah, man.
You know.
So and that was amazing. Again, when you can go back now and think about it, you know, and then like you say, man, you got these boys, right? And I saw Chauncey about a month ago, and we talked about some of that stuff, man. I said, man, you know, you and Dante, man, y'all motherfuckers, I had to pull y'all apart damn near every day. And he laughed and he said, but coach, it was only like that at basketball.
Ain't that something?
We was together in school all day. He's my man. And then as soon as we got in the gym, I said, man, I said, but that's part of the stuff that made us. You know, the fact, man, that these two dudes, man, I mean, in the middle of games, they come on, man. You remember when I snatched them boys up, man?
Yeah,
I grabbed both of them up by the neck.
Yeah. A couple times I done seen you boy get you know, getting your feelings with them. It shocked me. You be over there all cool and shit most of the time, but then sometimes I see your ass snap. Damn. Coach Ken? Dang. I've seen you collar some people before, man. And it scared me. And then it, sometimes, man, you get to sleeping on somebody, man, because they gentle or they doing this, man. Then when I see that, man, I'm like, man, this guy can hurt somebody. I see you over there coaching sometimes, then I see you go off on some reps.
Oh man.
I'm like, man, Kenny ready to kill this guy.
And I was real good about holding it. But when that water started boiling, somebody was gonna get it.
Yeah.
Somebody was gonna get it. And I didn't like doing that. But
no, I know. I could tell that.
Yeah, I didn't like doing it.
You ain't like going there.
Whoo!
You ain't
But
like
yeah, that man, we had to talk offline about this. We gonna have to do an after school special or something. Do they still do them? Remember the after school specials back in the day?
I don't know. They need to.
And the Nickelodeon or the something. We gonna have to do something, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And then when we think about all this stuff that we talk about, and we for the listeners, man, we thinking a whole lot of other stuff that we ain't talking about. But the learning curve, man, of dealing with these kids for us was just phenomenal, man.
Yes.
I mean, just to be able to learn from these kids and experience them was so uplifting, man. I mean, it just added so much to my life, dealing with kids, man. And I really go into those things without really having any whole bunch of expectations and all that kind of stuff. I want the kids to have fun. I want them to to be able to bond with one another, man, knowing that this is going to be something, a part of their life. Those kids, man, Chauncey and I, like I say, my boys always telling me, I saw Rob the other day and we sat there and this and that. I mean, these are memories, man, that they're carrying now, and them guys are 27, 28, 29, 30, whatever years old. And so I didn't go in with no big expectations. I just wanted to be good. I just wanted them to be safe. I wanted them to have a good time. And that was pretty much my style.
Yeah, that's Kenny there. Get you in on one of what? What you want to do? The after school special?
After school. Yeah.
But I tell the kids now, right, that I coach, just like you said, man, I don't think they understand the moment they in.
Right.
Because I keep telling them, I say, yeah, we the coaches and we yelling at y'all and we this, that, and the other, but this is your team.
Yeah.
This is your team. And this is the stuff you're going to be talking about, this stuff 20, 30 years from now. Y'all going to be in the group text or, at whatever. And y'all going to talk about these times, man. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yes.
There's a bond being built.
It is.
That you can't see it right now, but again, these things don't last.
Right.
I mean, these things don't go away. They're gonna last forever. Again, like Everest talked about, him and his high school teammates got group chats.
Yeah.
Him and his college teammates got this, and to see. So you build these bonds with people, man. Me and my high school teammates still talk. And we still talk, and we talk about games from 30-some years ago.
And thank goodness, man, for the technology to make that make it possible.
Ain't it something?
Because at one point, man, if you ain't seen the person, that you ain't seen them.
You ain't seen them.
They gone. I mean, you don't know what happened to them. So many people in my past, man, I don't really know. But when the Facebook and certain things came about, definitely be able to keep up. So, it's a great thing, man. I'm we talk about it all the time, man. Going down there to Fleming for flag football practice, and there we were. And we were aside.
I still don't know how we got suckered into that.
Next thing I know, man, we out there banging, putting the fence in, putting the rope up where the fans are at, fixing the field.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, we in the huddle. Practicing. We had practices.
We in the huddle, man. And you look, we damn near was running the team.
We running the team.
Man, I didn't sign up for this. We in the meeting to get certified and all. Remember that?
All of that.
Like, man, hold up. Yeah, we just out here supporting. We get credentials and all that stuff.
He probably had that on his mind from the first day. He looked at sauce over there. Inside his head, he was like,
yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna be standing over there for long.
Yeah. He probably was thinking just like that too.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Ducky.
Yeah, shout out, man. Ducky did some really good things down there with that rec council and with the football program and whatnot,
Yes,
and all of that.
Yes, indeed. Because
Shout out.
and again, man, some of them Saturdays down there. At that time, I don't know what happened after that, but I know during that time we was out there. It was a beautiful thing.
It was popping.
It was a beautiful thing, man.
It was.
And you talk about, I mean, what we had like 3 or 4 teams from flag all the way up to middle school age.
Yeah,
Man, that's a lot of football in one day.
Yeah, and it's a small neighborhood,
and everybody was out.
Man.
Everybody was out, man. I mean, you had the grills popping, and man, it just was a great time.
Great thing, man. Kevin out there, grilling.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? The late Kevin Bryce, man.
Bryce, shout out. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, brother. I mean, it was like that, man. We were seeing people out there. The neighborhood was out.
Yep. Yeah,
and I mean, even at that time,
14.
I mean, even at that time, all the way up. Yeah, exactly, Kenny. Yep, up to 11-14. And so again, man, we down there because we brought our kids there. So we didn't have any expectation of anything like that, thinking about the whole neighborhood and all that kind of we weren't thinking on that level.
No.
And even when we got involved, we were just interested in making sure that the kids had a good time, making sure that they competed and all of that. And everything else just kind of happened behind that.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing, man.
And certain things that I probably wouldn't do, but the fact that like when they won, Ducky like, come on, man, we riding through Turners blowing horns. Everybody jumped in the car, man.
Yeah. That's old school.
Holding the trophy out the window.
Yeah. That was a big thing. I remember that as a kid, hearing horns coming through and somebody that won something.
Yeah.
Somebody that won something. That was a big thing down Turner.
Yeah, that was a real big thing, man. And I sometimes you look back on that stuff, man, and you say, man, what if we had just kept going with it, stuck with it?
Yeah.
Grabbed that baton and kept it going. And I mean, and I ain't just talking Turners. I'm talking James, where you were. And out here where I was doing baseball out here in Gardenville and the basketball in Rosedale and stuff like that, man, Hazelwood stuff. So, and very easily we could have. And can you imagine the impact? It's been huge, man.
It would have been huge.
It'd have been huge.
And they tried to get you back out there for baseball.
Yeah, I know.
I was there for the recruiting pitch.
Yeah, he laying it out there, wasn't
he? Yeah. He thought he had you.
He thought he had me.
He thought he had you.
Yeah, and I knew he didn't have me. I knew it, but I let him talk.
Yeah, you listen. You was cordial. You didn't shut him off.
Yeah.
You let him go ahead and pitch. I don't think the compensation package was good enough for you.
Right. Yeah.
You got championships under your belt, so they had to come a little better with what they were coming.
Got a resume.
So man, I got a coworker at my part-time job that I've been working with his brother, I guess almost 3 years now. And we don't really have our opportunity to talk. So in that 3 years, we probably had some small conversations in passing, nothing real substantial.
Mm-hmm.
So this past couple of months ago, I come because so during basketball season, I'm only up there 1 day a week. So once basketball season was over, I picked up a couple more days during the week. I'm in there one evening, and he said, "Hey man, I ain't seen you. Where you been at?" I said, "Well, it's basketball season. I kind of cut my hours back, but the season over for now, so I'm back." And I said, well, where you coach at? I said, I'm out Dundalk High School. He said, really? He said, I graduated from Dundalk High School. I said, when? 1968. I said, oh, so you was out there with Venable and all them boys, the stars. He said, oh, yeah. You know, so that kind of sparked it. And I said, well, you graduated from Dundalk at that time. You had to live in Turner. He said, yeah, I'm from Turner Station. I said, well, small world.
Yes.
Small world. So, you know, that started the conversation. So we've had this conversation back, I want to say, March. Season ended in March, February, March. So you're talking this April now. So for the last month and a half or so, every time we see each other, well, do you remember? So you know he's throwing them Turner's names at me, right?
My mouth, yeah.
So you know all the people we know. Go ahead. I didn't know him, of course, from Turner's because he said he had left when he got out of high school. He went to the military and all that.
Yeah,
so he was gone. I wouldn't have known him, but he knew my family. You know, we know a lot of the same people. So he throwing names out there at me. So every time I see him, he said, so do you remember this person? So every time.
Yeah.
Saturday, I'm at work. He pull up on me, hands me a yearbook. his 1968 yearbook.
Okay.
I'm skimming through, but you know where I'm interested in. I want to see the sports page.
Yeah. Yes.
In 1968 at Dundalk, the football team led by Mike Pack. Mike Pack was the quarterback. Was Baltimore County champions and they were undefeated.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
The basketball team led by Eric Venable, Luther Epps, Warren Wardell, Phil Williams, Arnold Powell. You know, Kenny Rice was on the squad.
Okay.
Mr. Kylie Milo was on the team. So these are all guys I know from the neighborhood, the OGs. You know, I know them from the neighborhood. Undefeated, county champions.
Wow.
Right? And I'm just looking at this stuff, man. I'm looking at the scores, right? So I know I was talking to Kenny Rice, and they're gonna be on here. I'm going to make that happen. We're going to make that happen. Get them guys on here. See, Kenny talked about the last game of the season that year. They played Catonsville. So he said Catonsville. You know, Catonsville had a little area like Turner's.
Yeah.
The little Banneker, that little area back there was kind of like little Turner's or whatever. And he said they didn't take too kindly to that ass whooping they took that night. and said, you know, he said they see somebody pull a pistol out and all that stuff.
Wow.
You know, they had to hurry and get him up out of there. But I'm looking at the score, and it was ass whooping. 100-67. You know, so
wow.
So I'm gonna get them brothers on here, man. I've been talking to them off and on for some months, maybe some years, trying to put the show together. But I'm great to put it in the works, and we're gonna talk some Turner Station history, you know, Mr. Smitty and all his impact,
all of that.
When Silas Point closed, they went to Dundalk. And they wasn't doing that before they got to Dundalk.
Right.
We're gonna make that real clear.
Right. As more of an extension of Silas.
Yes.
When you think about what the basketball team did, that was Silas doing that.
Yes.
You know, and that's one of the things of that integration, man. That's a little painful.
Yeah.
Then sure. You know that thing goes to Dundalk and not to Silas.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I you know, we talked, man, and he telling me, and he showed me that yearbook, and I'm skimming through it, and I'm like, wow, you know, some of these stories I've heard, but sometimes it's just good to see. You know, that's in the books. That's history there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and when Mike Pack was one of my coaches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, growing up. So he's somebody I know as Coach Mike. You know what I mean? Coach Mike. You know what I'm saying? And we all know the Pack family and what their legacy is out there. You know, but I really want to get some of these guys on and tell some of them stories, man, and document it.
Yeah,
definitely. Man.
Definitely.
I think, and I'm gonna make that happen soon. You know, I don't want to put it out there too much, but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen, man. So, and that needs to happen. Kenny said we need a Kenny Rice episode by himself.
Yeah, I see that. And I mean, you make a real good point when you talk about documenting, you know, and the sports mix itself is documentation.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Having these guys come on here and speak their life. This is documentation right here.
Yes.
And it's important. It's an important thing.
Absolutely. And that's where it's going to go, man. You know, I had Mark Clark on with me last week.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Great, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we was on about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and we covered a lot of ground. You know, Mark got to tell his story, you know, to the Sports Mix listeners.
Yeah.
You know, he told his story, man, and you know, just Mark always encouraging.
Great.
Always encouraging me to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, he just kind of remember when I started and how he was kind of watching from the sideline, just watching me do what I was doing. You know, and I was telling him, man, I said, you were somebody that motivated me. You probably don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Just the way you were moving and like I told him how, you know, I became a fan of the Big Fat Morning Show instantly. You know, from when I first started listening, because I remember the morning show they had before that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't real good. You know, and no disrespect to whoever the hosts were. I don't even remember who the hosts were.
How don't they remember?
You know, but I remember there was a struggle when Frank Ski left.
Yeah.
To fill that morning show vibe, the slot. Yeah. I think they went through a couple different hosts or whatever until Mark Clark and the Big Fat Morning Show came, and that it kind of solidified that spot. And at the time, you know, again, me not really even understanding how radio worked. At the time, the morning show is almost like the leadoff hitter. And for a period, 92Q had the thing on lock. Oh yeah, they had after the Big Fat Morning Show was this one, it was that one, and they wasn't missing. You know what I'm saying? The shows were always on point. The radio, the hosts were always on point. Man, they were locked into the community. They had their ears to the streets. But they had this thing going in a trajectory, man. You like, damn, this is what you want. And you know, radio now is very awful now, truthfully.
Yeah, really.
I don't listen to a lot of it in the car as like back then. You know, I'm usually plugging in, listening to something off my phone or something.
And I'm not sure, man. So is the because I haven't been a radio listener. I mean, are the morning shows still those Steve Harvey and those guys, like they're not local people?
I think 92Q got a local show.
Like with thing, and see that was one of the things where radio really resonated and connected to the community because they were local.
Yep.
You know, Big Fat Morning Show, Frank Ski, and them guys, they were local. They knew what was going on. They connected. What they were talking about were things that were really, really relevant to the listeners. And then once, you know, they start, you know, getting into this thing of simulcasting, you lost that.
You lost that, yep.
Really took it took that energy away from radio.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't care how much Tommy, the nephew Tommy, come on with his shit, you know, and this and that. Still, man, the connection to to the city itself was not there.
And he talked about how radio started going towards the comedians. You know, Ricky Smiley is a comedian. Steve Harvey's a comedian. D.L. Hughley is a comedian.
Right.
You know, a lot of these comedians are getting these jobs.
Right.
And it's always somebody corporate that's really not connected to the people. But they looking at the dollars.
Yeah.
You know, they looking at it from a whole different perspective. You know, the money angle. Damn the community.
Money.
Damn the community. You know, we ain't worried about that. We trying to get the money, you know, and then we can sell this Tom Joyner cruise. And now Ricky Smiley or Steve Harvey, everybody got a cruise now. And you know what I'm saying? It's again.
What was that guy? I think he's with Donnie Simpson, and he used to do the Bama of the Week.
Oh, Huggy Lowdown.
Huggy Lowdown.
Huggy went corporate. Went to Tom Joyner.
He went to Tom Joyner.
Left Donnie. Donnie. Yeah. The Bama of the Week was a DC thing.
That was a DC thing.
The DC thing. And he went mainstream.
Yes, he did.
The Bama of the Week, the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
Bama of the Week. Week.
Hilarious, man.
That's crazy, man. I'm driving to work waiting to hear who the Bama of the Week is. I got to know this before I get out the car.
You and me both.
Right.
That was, as a matter of fact, I was tuned in all week. Even before the Bama of the Week, I was listening Monday through Friday just to hear him. That little 5 minutes.
Yep.
Would make your morning.
Yep. Yes, he will. He was good. Huggy Lowdown.
He was good. Now I seen him stand up.
I heard that wasn't all that.
Yeah, stand up wasn't what I expected.
Right.
But that little stuff on the radio,
that was his thing.
That was his thing there, man. That was his thing. Huggy Lowdown.
Huggy Lowdown.
And you know, that's the thing too, man. The personality. You know, you talk about the morning shows, right? Big Fat Morning Show. You talk about Frank Ski and his run, you know, through two stations. You know, Frank Ski was mornings on V103 and on 92Q.
Yeah.
You know, Randy Dennis and them guys, man, and like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, something about the morning drive. It's just to get your day started.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's to get you going and get that energy in the morning.
What's a guy named Tim somebody? What was it?
Tim Watts.
Tim Watts, yeah.
Tim Watts. Yeah, man, come on, man.
Man,
remember the radio station used to play the basketball games?
The radio station that played the basketball games?
We had the 92Q All-Stars play against Turner Station, or the V103 All-Stars play against.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, you know, radio.
Right.
At one point in time,
it was strong.
Man.
Strong, man. It was strong.
Strong.
And it lasted a long time, man, because you hear people back, you know, saying that they was gathered around the radio listening to a Joe Louis fight. You know, listening to, you know, Jackie Robinson play baseball and stuff like that. And I mean, that the strength of that radio carried all the way through our time.
Yeah.
Strong, man. Frank Speed, strong. Oh, man.
Strong, man. And he just did an interview with Quicksilver on his podcast. And I'm just sitting there listening, man. I mean, it took me back. And I remember hearing Frank on radio in DC.
Yeah.
Before we came here.
Yes.
I ain't have a clue who he was.
Right.
But I remember hearing him and knowing that this is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. And you know, I think about it, man. We grew up when AM radio was the shit.
AM radio, man.
AM radio was the shit. I mean,
have it cranking before I went to school in the morning because they was playing what we wanted to hear.
What you wanted to hear. And you think about it, hip hop was not played on the radio until nighttime. At one time.
And at some time, man, at one time, I think we might have mentioned this before. I mean, I thought that it might have been 95.9, playing your best music from the 80s and 90s and no rap.
No rap. and they emphasized it.
They emphasized it.
No rap.
No rap. I said, these people crazy.
And they meant it.
And they meant it.
They meant that. You ain't gonna hear none of that. You ain't hear none of that screaming and howling over here.
Right.
Temptations. Marvin Gaye.
Get some of that Motown sound. you won't get no Sugar Hill and none of them.
Run DMC over here.
Run DMC, nah. Sorry.
What you think AM radio gave birth to? DJ Spin.
Ain't that something?
Terry T.
Yeah, all of them.
You know what I'm saying?
We Rock Crew.
The We Rock Crew.
Yeah.
The New Marks.
The New Marks, man. Came right through that WEAA.
I'm gonna tell you.
WEBB. The one that James Brown radio station back in the day?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
On point.
I heard it was his at once. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Now
I'm gonna say this. 1986. DJ Spin and them had their own 86, 87. They had their own show.
Mm-hmm.
Spin set. Used to come on Saturdays. And then at one point, Spin was working on the radio Monday through Friday or Monday, during the week.
Yeah.
Man, I thought DJ Spin was like 25, 30 years old. This man like 2 years older than me.
Right.
This man was a teenager.
He was a teenager. He was strong.
A teenager had a radio show.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That would never happen today.
No.
That would never happen today. And the way he got on the radio, DJ Spin anyway, he said he made a pause button mix. That, people that don't have a clue what that is. But he basically made a pause button mix, took it up to WEBB when it was up to Junction, gave it to, I think he said it was Randy Dennis. And the next day Randy Dennis was playing his mix on the radio.
Wow.
And he said he calling up there like, yo, that's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he said, Randy, like, oh, that was you? That was you that gave me the tape? And they had some dialogue and then he was on the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. That's not gonna happen in 2026.
No.
That's not happening.
No.
That is not happening. If you don't have a resume and you're not stamped by somebody from somewhere to somebody that knows somebody, you're not gonna. It's not happening.
Ain't happening.
It's not happening. But it just go to show you the time. It was just a different time.
It was a different time, man. And the radio really, really, man, promoted those DJs, man. I mean, by giving them that morning mix.
Yes.
The morning mix, the afternoon, the lunchtime mix, and different things like that, man. It really promoted the DJ. The DJs needed that promotion, and that promotion was big and carrying through, when they was out at the club. On the club scene.
Yep.
It was big, man. It was big. And the radio was important, man. It was really important.
Shout out to Terry T.
Terry T, man.
Terry T was a guest on the sports mix a while back. Go back and look at that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Real strong, man. Real strong. Terry T still doing his thing.
Still doing his thing, man.
Still out there promoting parties, man. Some of the biggest parties in the city.
Biggest parties in the city, man.
What they call him, Mr. Shut 'em Down. You know what I mean? Mr. Shut 'em Down, man. Shout out to Terry T, man. Shout out to DJ Spin.
Yeah, man.
One of my favorites. I think DJ Spin is everybody's favorite.
He's a worldwide legend.
Legend.
He's all over the world. They know him all over the world. He's us, yeah. But he's all over the world.
All over the world. And if you have not been blessed to be in the room when he's on ones and twos, treat yourself, because you won't be entertained.
It's amazing, man, when you have an opportunity, and I don't care really what the person is doing, whether they hooping, whether they football, whether they dancing, whether they DJing, whatever they doing. But when you see a motherfucker get into this, man, it is such a treat. And I don't know, man. All I know is that the last time I might have been in a function with Spin was up there on Liberty Road.
Yeah.
I know it was at least 90% of the time that I was up there. I'm standing up there looking at him. We right there near the DJ. We right there near him, standing beside him, watching him. 90% of the time.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Unbelievable, man.
Just unreal, man. Unreal.
And again, you know, folks that don't know you and your history, out on the scene, and you know, you known to goddamn cut a rug out there. And he had you fucked up.
He had me fucked up, man. And he was in the zone.
He was gone.
He was gone, man.
He was gone, man. And he wasn't even in the room with us.
Yes.
He wasn't even in the room with us.
He wasn't. He wasn't, man. That was amazing.
That performance that night.
That was amazing.
And you just sitting there kind of like, dang, he put that together.
That was amazing, man.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah,
tough.
That was amazing.
And I've seen him quite a few times.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean,
you know he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
He in the zone all the time.
All the time. Yeah. And I mean, it's something about that, like you say, when you're doing something you love, number one, it ain't like work.
Right.
It ain't work.
It ain't work.
But when you get into that space, and again, man, we've seen it with DJs, we've seen it with basketball players, you've seen it with football players, you've seen it with boxers, you know, you've seen it in various areas in life.
Yes.
When people can get into that space.
Comedians
getting
into that zone.
In that zone. You know, you talking about Beanie and Beanie talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, man, you know, you had to, you almost had to have been there, because I remember you telling me, you know, that the time we was outside, James McHenry talking.
Yeah.
And Killer Rob was up there, and y'all two was, you know, telling y'all stories and talking stuff. And you said the boys, when you got in the car, you said, Dad, was that stuff they was talking about? Was that stuff real?
Yeah. That was the question. That really happened?
Hey.
You heard it, didn't you? Yes, indeed.
And I'm going to tell you, you know, I know Killer Rob, I don't know if he's watching or not. He usually tuning in, usually comment if he's watching.
Yeah.
But I used to hear about, you know, y'all exploits. And I never had seen it. I used to hear about it. And I hung out with Rob for the first time. We went over to DC. I've told this story before. We partying, we hanging out, whatever. And I'm kind of looking this way, you know, but I see the whole room is looking behind me.
Yes.
At first, I ain't really paying no attention, but I was like,
right.
Who's everybody looking at?
Right.
Man, I turned around. Hey, man, Rob was in another room. He was in another stratosphere, man. I said, God damn.
Yes.
This is what they were talking about.
Yes.
in true Rob form.
Yes.
As I'm hey, man, on the ride back, I said, man, you killing that thing, man. He said, yeah, Ken, but man, my toe. You know what I'm saying? My toe wasn't right. And man, listen, I don't hear nothing about no damn toes, man. Come on, man.
Tell me, man. Nigga done hit me with that so many times, man. Like, what? Yeah, but I couldn't get him like I wanted to because I had gum on my shoe. Then he lifted up his shoe and showed me the gum.
I said, come on, man. Come on, man. If you telling me to get better than this,
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, Beanie, man. Beanie was definitely one of the highlights of my life, man, because the way we were flowing, man, it was crazy, man, and then you throw Carl in the mix, and man, that was the cherry on the top. So those days, man, of getting out of the club and all that kind of stuff, man, and just being around, the creativity of Beanie, man. I mean, it was quite phenomenal, man, when I think about it, man, and the impact, man. It was just phenomenal. And it was almost like it was going to happen, It's like I'm in Turner's and everybody kept saying, man, you got to see Beanie. You got to see Beanie. And I kept saying, Beanie? Who's Beanie? You know Miss Armin? Yeah. That's her grandson, I was like, okay. And then it happened. Ain't nobody had to tell me that was Beanie,
Right.
because what he was doing out there on the dance floor, I knew.
Yeah, that got to be
Beanie. And man, and I ain't never been one to, there's a lot of people out here, man, that will not tell you how good you are or how good you are. They ain't gonna tell you that.
No, hell no.
They keep it to yourself, man. Once Beanie finished dancing down there, I'm leaning up against the wall, up against that chalkboard that used to be up in the Fleming where they had the parties.
Yeah.
Man, as soon as that thing was finished and he stopped, man, I exploded off of that thing. I was like, yo, you must be Beanie. He was like, yeah, I'm Beanie. Man, I was like, and man, and pretty much, man, maybe not from that point, but again, we bumped into each other, and then it was like, man, let's hook up,
Yeah.
Rest is
history in the books.
Yeah.
And it's almost like whatever's when he was describing the one player that could play at any time.
Right. Right.
And I just need him to confirm it,
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Right.
That goddamn MJ.
That Jordan fella.
And we I mean it's I don't know. It's an attack on the legacy.
Right.
by some I don't even know how to describe these cats. Right? Nothing they say is going to sway my opinion. I know what I saw.
Right.
I know what I saw.
Exactly.
And that dude, man, again, while everybody else was playing on Earth, he was in Mars or somewhere, man.
I'm just saying, man, just the whole thing with him, man. I mean, he was so dope that it just went beyond basketball.
Oh man.
I mean, you talking about his shoes and his shorts and his bald head and his commercials, and I mean, this dude did what he did to Nike and did what he did. I mean, to me, he made ESPN.
Yeah.
Because, man, I was tuning in just to see his highlights. And he gave you something every night.
Every night. every night.
Damn.
Yeah,
Man, what a thing to experience the MJ's journey, man, his basketball journey, to experience that. Unreal.
real, man.
Unreal.
And again, is it going to be somebody to come along that's greater than Mike? Possibly. I haven't seen him yet.
Not yet. Nope.
Now,
I ain't seen nobody come close.
we talking about LeBron and the numbers. That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. And he put up some hell of a numbers.
Yeah, man.
And his numbers may not be reached. But
Right.
then who you just again, everybody's numbers at some point, somebody gonna reach them.
Yeah, somebody get him.
Somebody will reach them.
Yeah.
Now, was it about the numbers with MJ, or was it about the play? And there lies the difference.
Right.
LeBron has put up some gaudy numbers.
Yeah.
To be 40, what is he, 41, 42
Yeah.
years old?
Yeah.
And he putting up the numbers that he's putting up. Phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal. I love it.
No question.
But
I seen somebody put up a thing on there where they showed his numbers when he was 18 or 19, and they put his numbers up when he's 41. The average is points, rebounds, and I think the numbers now is a tad bit better than they were then.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Numbers.
But like you said the word but.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
There's a big but.
It is.
When you put up player for player, it's MJ today, it's MJ yesterday, and it's MJ tomorrow.
Yeah.
Numbers be damned.
Look, I understand the numbers. We understand the numbers.
Yes.
But if somebody said, look, I give you one ticket to go see anybody in the history of basketball play. One ticket. You tell me who you want to see, and I'll get you a ticket to see that guy in their prime.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be Michael Jordan.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
And I'm not saying to any disrespect to Wilt and Kareem and Magic and Bron and all these terrific ball players, but it ain't even it's no hesitation.
No.
It's Michael Jordan. The guy
Michael Jordan,
way bigger than numbers.
Michael Jordan was the best player in the league when he first came in the league.
First when he walked in the league.
And the best players in the league was saying that.
Yep.
And this video, there's actual footage of them saying it.
Of them saying it.
Isaiah,
yes.
You've been on record many times.
On multiple occasions.
Talking about how tough he was. Yeah, you was beating them. The Pistons was beating the Bulls. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, y'all was beating the Bulls because y'all had a better team.
That was part of the journey, bro.
But why did y'all make Jordan rules?
Right.
You don't make rules for somebody that's not a factor.
Exactly.
Come on, man. And in spite of that, let's see Isaiah now talking about, Michael Jordan went crying to the commissioner because we was beating him up. He never stopped coming at you though.
Right.
And because somebody that was afraid of you or scared of you, he became a jump shooter.
He got in the weight room.
Come on, man.
That's strong.
More Isaiah.
And then when they bust through, they really bust through. They swept them.
Yeah, get out of here.
Bye. And anybody who was locked in on them Bulls, and he had the whole sports world locked in, Jordan did, they saw Isaiah walking past that bench, stooping down, he's sneaking out. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it.
But I think that's what made it worse.
It did.
You walk off the court. Just walk off the court.
Walk off the court.
Just walk off. The fact that he did the little duck move.
The duck move, man.
The duck move made it worse.
And the look on Jordan's and Scotty's face, man, when they was walking. Man, it was priceless.
Priceless, man.
Priceless.
But again, we talking about player for player. We're not talking numbers.
No.
Because oh boy, this game of basketball, right? When it's played at a high level, when it's played the right way at a high level,
yeah,
it is a thing of beauty.
It's a thing of beauty, man.
It's a thing of beauty.
Thing of beauty. So
you talking Isaiah at his peak was must see TV. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah, Magic,
right?
Larry Bird, Dr. J,
yep,
Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, you just name them.
Name them, man.
When the game is played the right way, right? When you look at Steph Curry and them boys when they cooking, man, that is a thing of beauty.
It is, man.
It's a thing of beauty, man.
Yes, it is.
The OKC watching them boys ball last year.
Yep.
Man, that boy SGA.
Man, I see nothing but greatness, man.
Come on, man.
Man, that boy.
When he cooking.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
And his temperament.
He built for it.
Mine is impressive to me.
He built for it.
He built for it.
He built for it, man.
That guy is impressive.
My boy Ant Edwards.
Yeah.
He a lot of people don't like him because he arrogant.
Man, but that talent.
That boy is built for it.
That talent level, man, is sick.
Sickening, man. If my guy John Morant could ever get himself together.
Right.
He's another one.
Love watching him play.
He built for it.
Talent.
Built for it, man.
And he's loving him. Love it.
Come on, man. This basketball thing, man. You talk about the ones, Grant Hill. I just seen Grant Hill did an interview with Chris Webber. You had a chance to see that one yet?
I don't think so. Maybe.
It just came out. Chris Webber got a new podcast. That was the first episode. Grant Hill, man, who without the injuries. Come on, man. I mean, people talk about LeBron, but Grant Hill not as big as LeBron.
Huh.
But the skills.
Skill level, man. That's unreal.
Penny Hardaway.
Like him.
That boy Anthony.
I didn't like him because he went to Duke, but
yeah, well, there's that.
Patient connection.
There's that. But
yeah, but you're right. Anthony, man, that was the guy. He was the one. He was next.
Penny was up next.
He was next, man. That guy, man, what a pleasure to watch him.
Man, listen.
What a pleasure.
Again, people talk about, the numbers. And again, the numbers are great. I'm talking about the talent. I'm talking about the difference makers. And I ain't saying LeBron not a difference maker. I'm not. But don't keep throwing the numbers at me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Don't keep throwing the numbers at me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about the difference. You know better than anybody. I ain't no Kobe Bryant guy.
Right.
Kobe was a difference maker.
Yes, he was.
You know, Kobe was a difference maker, man.
He wasn't no joke out there on that court.
Nah. But that boy Penny,
Whew.
we got robbed, man.
Yes, we did.
We got robbed of pure greatness because Penny, not only could he was athletic, he could handle, he had the court vision like magic, he could shoot it. I mean, he really didn't have no weakness. He could get to that cup like Jordan.
Do it.
Man, he didn't his game, man. We got robbed.
Yeah.
We got robbed of some great years from Penny Hardaway, man.
It was. I'm blessed that we got the we got.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Said, Gave him what he gave him, but it was not that many based on injuries. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we've been on this thing 3 hours.
Yeah. Easy hours.
You know. Yeah, for sure. We covered some ground.
Yeah.
You know, Everett Burns, man, let us off. Great interview.
Great interview, man.
Great insight. You know, learned a few things about that brother I didn't know. You know, and then the conversation carried on.
Yeah.
We was hitting on some life stuff. We wasn't even talking about sports for a minute. You know, but that's the mix.
That's the mix. That's the mix in effect.
Mix.
That is the mix.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
we great wrap this boy up.
Thing I take away from being on here was the fact that you chose basketball over football.
Mm-hmm.
When you go with your passion.
Yep.
You never go wrong when you go with your passion. That love, man. That passion. Deep love. It took them all around the world. And, that's important, even though he might have been better in football.
Mm-hmm.
6'8" tight end. But man, you cannot.
Nothing like passion. So we ready to wrap it up. Another week in the books. Thank everybody that tuned in, man. Instagram, we had a few people over there checking us out. YouTube had some lookers. Facebook had some lookers. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribing on YouTube and following the Facebook and the Instagram pages. You know, again, tune in next week. We got another powerful show. You know, life stories. We ain't talking a lot of sports, man. We're gonna touch on some sports, but we're gonna hit some life, man, some real life stuff, man. You know, shout out to my guy Eric Smith, the dadvocate. You know, my brother, he just put out his the fundraiser. So I saw the flyer for that the other day. So I'm gonna make sure we help promote that. My man is riding a bicycle from Baltimore to Richmond and back, 500 miles to raise money for the Winning Strategies program, man.
That's right.
500 miles on a bicycle. So, you know, I'm going to help out. I'm not going to try to do it. I'm going to help out. You know, I'm going to make a pledge or donation, however I got to do it. And I'm hopeful that, you know, people that follow the show will help that cause and help out as much, whatever way they can. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago, talked about his program and what they're doing for dads, helping dads navigate the court system, which is needed. Which is needed. And again, man, we plugging away. I said it early on. Got a couple more weeks. I'm gonna do, a couple more weeks of shows and then take a little break, recharge the batteries up a little bit. I know the finals is the NBA playoffs is a great start, and the finals and all that stuff. But I gotta recharge the battery. You know what I'm saying? We've been rolling pretty much since football season. So time for a little break. But we definitely coming back strong. And then, October we be hitting 5 years. October will be the fifth year anniversary. So I got to put something together to commemorate that. Been doing this thing 5 years, man. So it was all a dream. Remember, Biggie used to read Word Up magazine.
That's right.
Salt and pepper in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Still going. The Han Solo episode. You coming on? That's my son talking. Uh-oh. He coming on.
Right.
Well, it's been a blast.
As always.
As always, man. We, appreciate everybody for tuning in, checking out the interview, checking out the sports mix. Good flow, good energy. I got to come up with a closing. I got to come up with a closing. I got to come up with a little phrase that pays or something. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna come up with something. I don't have it right now. Yeah, it'll go through it. But appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. We out.
Out.
Peace.